Shall I see Mr. All Even in NYC? He's so big. They call him boss. He's a boss. All even. He's so bad.
All Even Podcast on a Friday. We got Black Shades out tonight. And why? Because I feel like talking about some stuff.
Sun woke me up gentle this morning.
Silent Assassin's in the building. Shouts to Silent Assassin. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Interesting. You know, draft was... First round was last night. I feel good. I'm not totally happy, but I ain't mad either, right? There's a couple of things that happened, but we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? My Lakers is, man, they looking good. No, bitch, Ed. Today, we're going to talk about some stuff, man. Lots to get into NFL draft. We're going to talk about those Golden State Warriors. We're going to talk about the Lakers. We're going to talk NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about this whole Dianna Russini, Mike Vrabel stuff. What is happening? From the time that they said, oh, this is all friendly, that's that's completely gone now. Completely. So we'll discuss that. We'll talk some Mets, I guess, right? And whatever else comes up. We have PSA, of course, that's always good. Irrelevant news of the week. And then the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy.
There we go.
Dummy. Yeah.
Before I even turn this music over, I like to just have that as an underbed. You didn't get your tickets.
No. But I do have another opportunity on Monday. So we'll see. But
I hope you get them. Because I don't want you to be... I understand what that feels like when you can't get something that you want. You know what I mean? So, but how much is it going to cost you?
yeah, it was rough. Because like I signed up for the artist pre-sale for the Chris Brown Usher tour. And I'm like, oh, like, I got this. Like, I've been through this with a bunch of concerts before, and I did it last year for his tour. But as 12 o'clock hit, and then the queue refreshed, and I was number, like, 120,000th in line. I'm like,
are you serious?
Oh, like, I get, there's going to be nothing left. But
yeah, I
made it through, and Ticketmaster likes to have, like, dynamic pricing, it's called, where ticket sales are, like, based on demand. So, like, $100 ticket is probably going to be, like, $700 just because of this dynamic pricing. And that's basically what it is. I'm like, oh, like, there's still, like, a decent amount of tickets left. So I'm, like, in there looking around. I click on the 300s at MetLife. That's up top. And it was $660. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you have the Usher tax, basically.
Yeah, you literally going to be flagging the planes now. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, I get, like, you're having two performers, like, top performers, but... $600 for a nosebleed is ridiculous.
That's
like,
OD.
Like I went last year for MetLife, and I was the low 200s. They were good seats, and it was, I think, like a $90 ticket.
Yeah.
So it's like, what happened here?
Yeah,
so,
they ODing.
Yeah, so I'll see. There's the general pre-sale is Monday, but if not, I'm just gonna have to wait out and see what I can get on SeatGeek.
Yeah.
As the time comes.
Yeah. Because you're definitely gonna get it third party if you wait there, but depending on what the prices are. But I mean, listen, you gotta get there because it's two of your guys that you gotta go see. So however you gotta get it, you gotta get it.
Get there.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big concert person. Mm-hmm. I should start going. I don't know. I all of my friends love concerts, but I just. Never really got into it.
For me, it has to be a very specific artist. Like, even if I like you just through headphones, like, necessarily doesn't mean I want to see you live.
Right.
Like I have to really, really like
Right.
you. Even Chris Brown, like a few years, like I was always a fan, and then I went to his concert 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm like, you know what? Like they were cheap tickets. I'm like, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, really, like, after that first concert, I'm like, I have to go to every single tour.
Yeah.
Just because of how he is performance-wise.
Great performer, yeah.
Like, I was surprised how, because, like, this is going to be my first, like, hip-hop, R&B, rap-style concert and whatnot. So, I was like, oh, I'm going to be interested to see it. And, like, even, too, with dancers. Like, I've never been to a concert with, like, choreography and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a new experience for me. And then... So I'm like, I have to go back.
Yeah.
Like, just the way he's moving.
It's
and
an experience.
The stage performance.
Yeah.
And flying in the sky. I'm like, this is heaven for a woman. Like, just seeing it. I mean, like, you have to. It's a must-see experience.
Yeah.
And then seeing his Breezy Bowl, his 20th anniversary last year, where you're in stadiums, like, they was even brought up to a whole different level.
Right.
So, like, he is, like, a must-see performer, like even if you like his music or not, like, you just have to go see.
Now that's cool.
Like
that's
that,
cool.
yeah. So I can't believe, and also too, like, he is an artist where he just spans like generations. Like, you'll see young people, you'll see like older people.
Yeah,
like he has everyone out there.
Just because, like, you know, he reminds people of old school performance in regards to just, you know, the way he dances and the way he performs, and he's very talented. So, like, you know, that in itself, just like you said, people will just go just for the performance aspect of it because you're getting your money's worth in regards to when you go to a Chris Brown show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he plays, like, granted, it's like the whole song, but it's pretty much those like 50, 60 songs. Like, he has such a large catalog, but he's like giving you, like, it's like your money's worth, like 3 hours of a concert.
Yeah.
So you're getting every dollar's worth, and just I always vouch for, you know, everyone to go see him.
Yeah,
He's just, like, that talented, his singing, his dancing, the stage presentation, like how they do all the visuals on the screens and whatnot, and they build like a story. It's like the rise and fall and all this stuff, and like the music of that time correlates to that moment. Yeah. So because his like all the troubles he's went throughout his career, like he's not afraid to kind of speak on that. And,
which is good, man. That shows maturity. You know, shouts to Chris Brown. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of draws that's gonna be on that stage for that show. Yeah. Him and Usher gonna have to split. Gonna have to split those. It's crazy. I didn't do the mentions, the call to action. You can catch me on Instagram and X at All Even Podcasts. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I'm all over the place. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Tell a friend because the page is growing. What are we talking about first? NFL Draft. NFL Draft is currently going on. Was it day 2 right now? But we are going to go over some of the picks for day 1. Me as a Jets fan, obviously, how do I feel about the picks that we had day 1? We had edge rusher David Bailey, Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper, and today, day 2, we had D'Angelo Pons. Like David Bailey, I think he's the best edge rusher in the draft. Natural edge rusher. Solely an edge rusher. But I wanted Arvell Reese. I wanted Arvell Reese just because of the higher potential level. Now, that's just on paper. Of course, you know, when you're dealing with a guy that's more of a hybrid athlete, it's more appealing. He's younger than Bailey. He's more of a hybrid guy. You can be able to kind of develop him, especially because the Jets are not going to be a contending team this year. They are building something. So in a development year for a lot of other players, he would just fall in line with that as well. So that appealed to me, especially because you got 3 first-round picks next year. Makes sense. But I'm not mad at a David Bailey because he's a good player. I don't want to make it seem like, oh my God, he's great. It's just that Arvell Reese goes to the damn Giants. Now, I got to hear about this thing. They're going to be compared for the rest of their careers. Who is actually better? You know what I mean? I don't like that. I would love for him to have gone somewhere else. But for him to go to the damn Giants, I don't like it. I know you do, but I don't like it. So thoughts about Arvell Reese for your 5th pick, Silence hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably like the best player in the draft, just overall. They go pretty much back-to-back years with getting that, number 1 pickup. They got Carter last year.
Yeah.
So now they have Reese, Carter, Burns, Thibodeau. Like, nothing's getting past the leg. It's gonna be a crazy. This is the
old school Giants. That's how they built the Giants before. Those 2 Super Bowls with Eli Manning. That front 7 was scary as hell. They ran OC at you. They had Justin Tuck. You had what's the other guy name? You had Strahan and oh my goodness, what's the other dude's name? But there was 4 guys that they would just. They just threw at you all the time. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way to build. And the fact that Harbaugh is a defensive guy, he's going to go back to that style. Yeah. If the Giants are smart, they do a physical style of game plan this year. Run the ball, keep Jackson Dart's attempts down so you keep him fresh. Make him manage the game. He's an accurate enough quarterback that you can be able to get him in certain situations that he can be able to move the chains. But if you have the offensive line, you got the running backs, lean on those guys and be able to move the chains. Wear people down. But if you can wear guys down and then defensively, if you can be able to put pressure on the quarterback, now everything secondary wise is a lot better. You don't have to have a great secondary if you have an elite pass rush. You know what I mean? So, they are really building something special over there with the Giants. I'm not even going to hate. I can't. I can't hate. I like what I see. You know what I mean?
It's going to be like with a healthy Neighbors, with a healthy Scatabo, with Dart, with Tracy. They just drafted a wide receiver today. Yeah. They signed Isaiah Likely. Just a lot of new. Yeah, a
lot of new faces, young pieces. So it's good. So with the number 3 pick, that's what kind of shook up the draft for me. The Cardinals taking Jeremiah Love with the number 3 pick, running back out of Notre Dame. Great player, but we saw what happened last year with the Raiders taking Genty high. It's very risky taking a running back that high when your team is not ready for it. Like, when you think about the Cardinals, they've never had a bad running game. They have a pretty decent running back room. Jeremiah Love is going to add to that, which is great. But, this was the position I think that they should have took Tate. Should have definitely took Carnell Tate here, because now you have Harrison, Carnell Tate. That's Trey McBride. That's scary as shit. I don't care who the quarterback is. You put Geno Smith out there, and he would end up turning into Tom Brady with those 3 guys. So I thought that was a more intriguing option, but they fell in love with Love, and we'll see what happens. We talked about Arvell Reese to the Giants. Mansour Delaney goes to the Chiefs. They moved up to get him. That was a good pick. He's a dog. As a guy that's under 6 feet, but he is a typical cover receiver, shut down corner type of potential guy. So the Chiefs add to their defense. Sonny Styles out of Ohio State goes to the Commanders. That was a great pick as well. The Commanders, they're building something good defensively over there. Jordan Tyson goes to the Saints. That's a big, big move. That kid is something special. Like, when you talk about special, you got Tate and you got Tyson. Both of those guys are just QB wide receiver ones. You let them go out there and go do their thing. Spencer Fano, that was an interesting one. So the Browns end up trading back and still getting the guy that they wanted in the first place. And then they got an extra pick and got a guy that they stole. So it's just like, they're building something good over there. So like what they did, you guys getting Francis, what's his name, Maugua, offensive tackle. I fell in love with that guy when he said, "I will die." I will die for Jackson Dart. Sold. He's a crazy Samoan. That's what you need.
Yeah. I was seeing, like, obviously comparisons because Campbell said the same thing last year.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, how did that play out for, Patriots, whatever. But, no, like, he's very, very talented. Like, even, like, there's, like, he fell, back in the draft because I know he has some herniated disc or whatever. Yeah. That was, like, concern, but, definitely a really talented player, so.
You ever seen that there's like a sport where these guys just run into each other? Like it's the craziest thing you'll ever see. Like they have like I don't know if it's a football or there is a ball in their hand though, and the object is they're literally like at opposite sides and they literally are running into each other.
Is it like rugby or no?
No.
Kind of like rugby.
I guess they just took the field out of it. They're just literally running into each other. Like and most of the guys that are dominant in that sport are Samoan.
Yeah. They're just
so
big.
That's what I thought about. I'm just like, this dude can just run into people and he would like it.
Yeah.
Because and I think his whole family plays football.
Yeah. They're just a different, like Samoans are just different.
They're just built differently.
Humans.
Yeah.
Like, they're just huge
humans.
People, like, so
yeah.
There's a lot of obviously football players that can, because like you're kind of born into this, like you are a huge wall, like you have to play football.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was pretty interesting. Caleb Downs goes to the Cowboys. That was a great pickup for the Cowboys as well. This was the interesting one. Bama goes back to back with their players, Caden Proctor, and then you got Ty Simpson going to the Rams. That one was a head scratcher. Everybody was just like, is Stafford retiring anytime soon? Because I don't think he is. The man just won the MVP. Like, he's not going to retire. Why? But I'm happy because remember I was here. Like, I don't want no damn Ty Simpson. I don't keep him away from my team. And he goes to the Rams. I like the Rams because that's my West Coast team. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like the fact that you draft this guy to replace Stafford. Stafford ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. So he's gonna sit there for about 4 years until he plays. Stafford ain't going nowhere. He ain't got no reason to go nowhere. They got a good team. They got a Super Bowl contending team. Ty Simpson ain't playing no time soon. And you know who was upset about it? Sean McVay. Sean McVay was like, I didn't pick him. This is whoever was the GM or the owner. I'm like, we don't want this. I want to win a Super Bowl. He doesn't help us now. Why the hell would I want this? So that was a head scratcher to me. Ruben Bain was an interesting pick. At 15, he drops all the way to 15. Like, there was no, when you seen all the picks that came before him, yeah, he could have probably gone to the Ravens. He could have probably went to the Dolphins. He could have probably went to the Cowboys. He could have probably went to a lot of these teams, but all of these teams went for need, right? And we were talking about this off pod. Like, you can be as talented as you want to be. Teams can like you. Teams can give you a high grade. But at the end of the day, teams are going to necessarily go after fit more than they're going to go after just the raw talent to be able to, just to have you on the team and accommodate you. That happens a lot, and you should think that way, but you should also think fit as well because you're trying to put a roster together. You want to make sure that you have guys that are slotted in that allocated slot. Okay, we have a need at offensive tackle. We have to go get a tackle. Like, yeah, we might have this great player right here, but we can probably find a player that's maybe not the same talent as this otherworldly guy, but we can be able to go get this tackle that we know is going to be good, that can be able to help us right now and be able to secure what we need, right? So you look at this, yeah, he might have dropped, but I think he dropped to the place where he's going to excel. He went to the Bucks. Bucks have a need there, at outside linebacker. So I think that was a very, very good very, very good move. You know, he's an edge outside guy. He can be able to be outside linebacker, edge guy, so they can move him around. And he's great. He's a good player. He was slotted early on in the draft at 2 to us. So it was Bain, it was Arvell Reese, it was Bailey, and then all of a sudden, you know, you stopped hearing about Bain, and then you started hearing more about Bailey and Arvell Reese. So, you know, I'm going to be watching Bain's career very closely because he's a very talented guy. Here's where, as a Jets fan, I was a little mad. Not mad and to the point where, like, I didn't like the pick. I think the pick is fine, but for me, I was just like, I've been saying this since day one. 16, you gotta go receiver. Like, I don't care who it is, but it needs to be best player available, and it has to be a wide receiver. So whoever the best wide receiver is, at that point, you take him. You take him. And who it was Mekhi Lemon. Mekhi Lemon is still on the board. I'm just like, this is perfect. He's going to drop right here. And you get the news, and it's just like, Sadiq, what? Now, granted, the guy's a freak. He's an absolute freak. The dude has a faster run. He has a faster 40 time than Christian McCaffrey and what's his name? Bijan Robinson. He's 6'3.5". He's more of a physical freak like how DK Metcalf is. Like, you can line this guy up in the slot. You can line him up on the outside. He loves to block. He's a physical guy. This is a good player. But the Jets drafted Mason Taylor last year. So my thing is like, okay, so we're running 2 tight end sets? How, like, we needed to have a weapon that you can be able to play all the time. If they're going to move him around offensively, but make sure that he's out there all the time, I have no problem with it. But if you're going to use him as like this gadget specialty player, I don't want that. I need somebody that's going to be a difference maker, because you got Mitchell, you got Garrett Wilson, and you have Mason Taylor, and now you have Sadiq. That sounds good. I'm okay with that. But if you could have put Mekhi Lemon right there, you would have a nice slot. It would have been nice. Would have been nice. So am I mad? No. I'm just looking at it more from, I need to see how they're going to make it work. Because the Jets haven't had a modern style offense in a very long time. I don't remember ever having a modern style offense. So if they're going to be able to get with the times and make sure that we can have like a Trey McBride type of situation where now, we can have what the Patriots had a long ago with Gronk and Hernandez, cool. Give me that. But I need to see how they're going to make this work before I say totally on board. Because I'm just like, look at the little miserable old man. I was mad. But the guy's a good player, so. And then what I didn't like is that who gets him? Who gets Mekhi Lemon at 20? Huh? They move up. Poor Steelers was like, hey, listen, we're gonna draft you, kid. Yo, we're working on it right now. We're gonna get you. And the Eagles said, yeah, right. We're going to make this deal with the Cowboys. We're going to get him right now. And they drafted Mekhi. Why do the Eagles get all the good players every year? Every year they tend to get these players that they shouldn't get. Howie Roseman is a shark. I respect him. But it's like, come on now. It's enough. He could have went anywhere else. The Eagles? I gotta now watch the Eagles to watch this kid. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because you know me. I'm a USC guy. I've always been a USC fan. It was right there. It was right there, Jets. All you had to do was just put the bid in. You had him right there at 16. It bothers me. Because I know what's going to happen with this kid. He's going to end up being an all-pro. I can see it. And if Sadiq doesn't work out, you already know what's going to happen on this show. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to absolutely lose it.
Yeah, I already saw, like, last night Jets fans were like, oh, they really drafted a backup tight end over,
Against a starter.
Yeah.
A dude that can take the top off the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, sucks for you guys. But, I mean, he's in, Giants division, obviously, so we'll have to see him. So, sucks for Giants, too, so.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I can't really necessarily root for him because I hate the Eagles, too.
Yeah.
I can't stand them. So, whatever, man. And then, did you hear the story? Now, it could be a rumor. They were saying that how the Steelers ran out of time in their war room, their draft room, and like automatically picked the guy that was on their board that they didn't necessarily want to pick. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but it's funny. It's funny if it was that the case. Like, they didn't have Lemon dropping to them, but then they didn't have a backup plan when he got drafted before them. So if you didn't have a plan, then who was on your big board because you didn't think that Lemon was going to be there?
I think it is interesting because, like, how it played out. Like, even he thought he was going there. Like, they got the phone call, and then he was like, oh, like, I'm a Steeler. And then all of a sudden, he was like, no, like, we're drafting you next. But, like, I feel like as a professional organization, like, you need to have a backup. So it's like, you
have your A, B, C, whatever it is. Like, if this guy goes here, we go here. This guy get, like.
So it's like, I feel like, how is that even possible to happen at that caliber of NFL team? Like, you shouldn't be missing the clock. Like, this is not like a fantasy draft where it's like,
oh, somebody's drunk and they and they fell asleep. Or they took up the wrong sticker. Oh, so sorry. No, you gotta take him now. You gotta take him now. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know, but it's a rumor, so I don't know if it's accurate or not. I spoke to Bryson. Shouts to Bryson, carving it up. Like, he said that he's a project, but the upside is tremendous if it does work out. So, I think Steeler fans, I don't know if they're split on it, but, the Steeler fan that I spoke to, he was very excited about it. So, we'll see about that. Let's see here. There's nothing really else surprised me. I think the Chiefs getting Peter Woods, they've just like really solidified their defense. What I talked about with the Browns with KC Concepcion, that's a good pick. Mm-hmm. Like, the Browns literally got into they got exactly what they wanted, and they got better. They made tremendous strides in the offseason shoring up their offensive line. They just got another offensive lineman, and then they get a receiver that can be able to help Shedeur improve and be better. Mm-hmm. I like what they're doing. I like what the Browns are doing, man. I am rooting for the Browns because at the end of the day, they already had a pretty good defense, right? You now have Fanning as your starting tight end now. You have Concepcion there. You still have Jerry Jeudy. You have Judkins as your running back. You have Myles Garrett, which is still a freak. They got something brewing here. You know what I mean? There's something brewing there.
Yeah.
So I think the AFC North is going to be an interesting division. It's always an interesting division, but there's a lot of talent in the AFC North right now. So yeah, if I'm gonna just go ahead and go look at the Jets draft on a whole, because what we did was at 30 we traded back into the first round and we got Omar Cooper Jr. Great player. Like, he's not a bad player at all. So yeah, we didn't get Mackay, but Cooper is damn good as well, right? So that's why I'm not mad. Like, I'm not mad at the Sadiq pick, and I'm not mad at the Bailey pick, and I'm not mad at the Cooper pick. It's just that I wanted other players that I felt had more upside, right? But sometimes you can't predict upside. You can't predict what these guys' careers are going to be. Like, you know what I mean? Just because somebody says that, oh, well, he has more potential than this guy, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to end up being a better player than who you selected. You know what I mean? Like, it's up to the players. It's a crapshoot at the end of the day. You hope that this guy can be able to be what you want them to be. So, you know, out of these picks here, out of these 3 picks that we had in the first round, I've always said that you have to hit. If you hit on your first round picks, you're going to be in a very, very good position. That's why the Cowboys, for so long, they've been like an average team. Because they've hit so well on their first round picks, they can be able to now balance out their roster. If they were spending in free agency as well as drafting well they've been drafting, I think the Cowboys would have probably won a Super Bowl by now. But they went solely on, we're just going to focus on the draft and not focus on spending any money in free agency. That's not a good balance to strike. Starting to improve now. They had a good draft as well, so we'll see. But you got to hit on your first round picks. You have to hit, and you got to make sure that that's how you're building your team. And hopefully we can hit on these 3 because we got another 3 next year. And you already know what I'm saying, right? I don't care what happens this year. Don't care. The Jets can win 13 games. Great. They can win 2 games. Even better, right? Whatever amount of games you win, those 3 draft picks that you got, you package those up in a nice package. You get some other picks as well, package those up, and whoever got the top 2 pick, you say, hey, we gonna give you this, okay? Give me Arch. And that's who we want. I want a damn quarterback next year. I don't give a damn where we at. I don't care where we're positioned. Quarterback, okay? That's it. And if it's not a Manning on the back of that jersey, I'm gonna be upset. That's all I'm saying. That's who I want. That's it. Listen, that is it. I don't want anybody else. It is primed, set up the way it's supposed to be set up. Don't let me down. Just don't. Geno Smith is here. He's going to choke it away for us this year. And I love it. I love it. He's going to play as bad as he wants to play. We're going to have a nice position. But you package those up and you go get me Arch. Because I'm telling you, Arch is going to have a phenomenal year at Texas this year. I can feel it. Which means that he's going to possibly be the overall number 1 pick. I feel it. And you got to get him. No matter what it takes. So I know that may hurt you. As a Giants fan, I don't care, Silent Assassin. We want our own Manning. You had yours. He won your 2 Super Bowls. I need mine. Okay? I need a Manning. Damn that.
They're not going to let it happen. It's not going to happen.
It's going to happen. Okay? I am wishing it into existence. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
They're going to win the 13 games.
Oh,
and then they're going to have hope.
Could you imagine? And then re-sign Geno? That's what they're going to do.
They're not going to get Manning. That's going to happen.
Oh, Geno, he's back. I will lose my mind on this show. I will throw this over. It will be a viral moment. I will lose it.
Yep. It's going to happen. And then Eli and Payne and everyone, they're not going to allow him to touch that green nasty jersey. So.
You know what? Goodness. I can't have Arch go anywhere else but New York. Like it would hurt me so much. Like I don't get hurt a lot in football, right? My emotions are very like calm when it comes to that would hurt. Mm-hmm. That would hurt me. You know? That would hurt. So please, Muji, please do, because I like what you did. I'm gonna give you a A- so far. It would have been an A if you would have got me Orville Reese, but A-. Very good draft so far. Keep it up. Moving on. We've been on top of this story, Silent Assassin. This Dianna Russini, Mike Vrabel thing, it's grown legs, and we're just going to keep running with it. Listen, them having an affair doesn't matter to me. I don't care, right? They're grown adults. If they want to go ahead and ruin their marriages, that's their business. I don't care. But what I do care about is how blatant they were with this thing. Just out in the public, you in casinos, rubbing up. Like, what are you doing? Did you not think that you were high enough profile people that people would know that, hey, that's Dianna Russini and that's Mike Vrabel?
Yeah, it's like they're not obviously A-list celebrities, but there's going to be football fans and, fans of sports. They're going to recognize you. So it's like you just have to have some more of common sense. If you're going to go out publicly with an affair, like they both have families, like you're going to get caught.
Right.
So it's just being I don't even know.
Again,
just mentally not there.
If you're gonna do this, just do it in a hotel. But don't be caught in public.
Yeah. It's
just messy. Like, even if you had like a situation or an understanding or some type of agreement with your spouse that you guys are just doing this, still be discreet about it. And I gotta get messy on the show because I like to get messy. I'm petty. Like, they've been literally, according to all the investigations, they found, there's a picture of them in 2020 at a bar. Vrabel's kissing her at the bar. We know that they didn't start talking in 2020. This has been going on for a while. It's going on for a while. And what's so nasty about it is that she had a child with her husband and named the baby Michael. Come on, man. Come on. And also too, is like, if I'm the husband and I understood that this was going on or whatever it was, but now I'm looking at my son like, your jawline is a little stiff like Mike Vrabel. I don't like it. Like, you know what I mean? You might have to check this.
We gotta see pictures of, comparisons.
It's nasty work. Yeah. I would love to see what that kid looked like.
Yeah. Because who knows if it's even allegedly the husband's baby, so.
Damn, son.
But, I get, Michael is one of the most popular names, obviously, but, did you really have to
It's
Michael?
coincidence.
There's a lot more names out there.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have called him Mickle or Mikkel or something. Like, you put some style on it. Like, come on, man. So again, I don't care that she's for the streets, but you're a reporter. And if you've been rubbing and squeezing on Mike Vrabel for all of this time, everything that you've reported about this man, we can't take your word for it. Your credibility is shot. Like, I don't know what happens to her career after this because you have no more credibility as a reporter. You really don't. Because people are going to look at you and be like, well, how did you get where you are now? Okay, you're back on your feet. You bounce back and now you're here. Well, what did you do to get there? Okay, you're back to being a senior reporter. Who did you do to get there? Because now you have a reputation. Because it's not just Mike Vrabel. We've heard other rumors from other people that she was outside and for the streets for some other stuff. That there's been other female reporters that have said things about. So it's like, obviously those are rumors, those are allegations, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, she's gonna be become the stereotype, not even that's what you are.
Yeah.
Without actually getting any more information out of her, for a next potential job is
right.
Not that's what you did and that's what you are, and like no one's gonna take her serious.
No.
So
like people talked about Joy Taylor, right? Dianna Russini said, "Hold my beer, hold my beer. If you think she's bad, wait till." and the thing is, what makes it worse, right, is if they would have came out and just kept with a band. You caught me, right? You caught us. We're sorry. Oh, this is laughable. Oh, I'm not going to let somebody sully my reputation, so I'm going to resign because I don't want you to sully my What sense does that make? If you're innocent, I'm not resigning. If I didn't do nothing, there's no need to resign. Yeah. You got caught. You got caught. And Mike Vrabel talking about, oh, yeah. Hey, listen, on day 3 of the draft, I am not going to be here because... I see counseling. Counseling for what? Because if you say it was innocent, right? But then he goes back and says, "Oh, well, it affected my family, and for the words that I used before, so now it's not in. So what is it?" He still hasn't actually come out and said it because I'm sure he's embarrassed. But we know what it is, bruh. Like you was digging some backs. And it's fine. I get it. I don't care about your personal life. I care about your wife being embarrassed now because every time she's seen, she's going to be asked these questions. Your players are going to be asked these questions. It's now going to be a conversation until football starts. And if you guys don't play well after coming from the Super Bowl, it's going to be exacerbated times 10. We know that. So again, I ask, what are you seeking counseling for? We need clarification. Huh? Are you a sex addict? Or you just can't cheat on your wife constantly? What are you getting counseling for exactly? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, because like obviously what she did when he like both admitting guilt, like without admitting guilt.
Yeah.
It's like you could just say, "Nah, it didn't happen. Like, I'm gonna move forward." Everyone's all cool in this. Like, you don't like, have to spill. Like, it's your personal business. Like, if you want to keep personal, you can keep personal. Just be like, "I'm not answering, questions," and he has the right to do that.
Right.
And so does she. So, but obviously, with what's happened, it's clearly got some truth behind it. So.
Yeah, there was a nasty interview, and again, like I said, man, I'm super petty. I like to gossip about these things because if it's not happening to me, what do I care? But it's she's diabolical. I ain't gonna lie to you. She is absolutely diabolical. I need to see if I can find it. I don't think I have it here, but she was literally interviewing Mike Vrabel. And she was talking about his wife, and it was just like a funny segment, but I was just like, really, like you oh yeah, your wife must. Come on, don't do that. No. Don't do that, because now if I'm the wife and I feel away, right, and I probably had like a feeling that this was going down, and I see that video now like getting traction, I'm gonna have to put hands on Russini. I play because now you playing with me. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
There's no reason why you had to try to like cover it up and make a joke because you're trying to just be I'm gonna talk about your home life and how nice it is. You know what you doing, you home wrecker. Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah.
She just like playing with him in the bone. Like he probably did something wrong. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get him in the interview tomorrow. I'm gonna break up his
family.
Like, no, that's not cool at all. Because like, obviously they know what's going on,
right?
And then you're making light of it publicly, even though deep down, like, is a situation happening.
Nasty work.
Like, it's not cool.
Hands and feet.
Yeah.
Right. Hands and feet on Russini. I'm telling you, you want to make something go viral? That's what go viral. Hands and feet on you. For just playing with me. So, hopefully this is the end of it. I'm sure it won't be, because where people are going to continue to post things, because again, I just saw that picture from TMZ of them being in the casino. It was the bar picture from the post. Now it's this. It's just like it's just gonna keep coming in. It's gonna keep coming in. We know that the internet is undefeated.
It's crazy these people that have like been holding on these pictures for 6 years.
Yeah.
And just not release them and all this stuff now. It's like, oh wait, I got a picture of them.
But you know what it is? I think a lot of people like they might have had it there, but it's all rumors at that point, right?
Yeah.
And maybe they were just like, well, maybe there's because again, if you see a picture like that, then you're thinking that there's other people there, right? Mm-hmm. Where they're just having like a interaction where they're just in the same spot, and there's like maybe there's other teammates there or other NFL people, whatever it is. But then you realize, oh shit, it's just them two, right? Because he literally just got fired from the Titans, and they go to the so you happy that you got fired from the Titans, and then you gonna go do some extracurricular stuff with Russini? Come on now. You don't even call your wife. That's foul. It's foul. Why? Just divorce. Divorce. Both of y'all divorce y'all people and just be together. How about that? How about that?
Clearly, she doesn't like her husband. So.
She hates that man.
Yeah.
Hates that man.
Puts him on blast and then publicly is cheating
on
him. So
he must be he might be a cuck. I don't know. I don't want to talk bad about the guy, but it's just like if you let your wife browbeat you like this in public, like what kind of backbone do you have?
That's great. Like a public TV, just like the comments she's made.
It's
just embarrassing.
And again, like if you're funny and you're somebody who's like has a personality of being funny, then people are going to take it one way. It might be polarizing where some people will laugh and some people will take it seriously, but it wasn't even funny. You just kicking the man's back in. Like, come on now. Don't do that.
Which she called, like, they were, like, rating people, and she, like, called him, like, 3 or something.
Yeah.
Like, rated him, and he's, like, a loser.
And my thing is this. Of all the people to call somebody else a 3, like, come on now. Like, I don't like to talk about people's looks. I do. I'm lying. But Dianna Russini she's not a looker like that. So don't be talking about somebody else when you not that good looking. That's all I'm saying. Like, no. You gonna risk your marriage for that, Vrabel? To each. To each its own. Cause no. She's a big mouth. And she looks like an obnoxious person. From what I've heard from other reporters, she's what you see in regards to those interviews or those instances where she says these things. That's her.
Yeah. Just like trying to say something like provocative just to get like a little laugh or something like attention. Like say something crazy that's like not necessarily the right moment to say something. Like the comments of her husband, like
right.
Clearly, people are gonna even like uncomfortably laugh at that because
right.
it's like, why are you even talking about?
Why
this?
are you
or,
even
like,
talking
in that
about
way?
It?
Like people are gonna laugh, but they're not actually thinking it's funny.
Yeah,
it's just like a weird situation. Like we're here for sports. Why are you bringing up your husband's looks or whatever?
Yeah.
But yeah, just like the kind of teacher's pet type of it girl that just kind of just like no one really likes them.
Yeah.
Like, just shut the hell up at this point.
So just shut up, man. Like, okay, cool. You're a senior reporter, so you have some type of clout, but okay. Mm-hmm. The fall is always crazier than the rise. So we'll see what happens to her. But her reputation, I don't know how she rebounds from this. Mike Vrabel's gonna be fine because Robert Kraft is not firing him. That's not happening. Like every team, and we talked about this off pod, like every team has their own like policies in regards to morality. Like if this is not something that breaks their code of ethics, then he's not going to get fired. I think it would be if it continues to spiral and it continues to be a story and there's some internal pressure that does happen. I can see Robert Kraft probably making that move, but Robert Kraft does not really give in to public pressure. Like, he's one of those old school type of owners. So I don't see Vrabel losing his job. I don't. But it's just crazy how Like things are just popping out of the woodwork, and I definitely need to see Maury come out of retirement, and have Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel on the show, and do a paternity test. I need to see it. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Yo, did you ever see? There was an episode of Maury. I used to watch Maury all the time, where there was an episode of like people's phobias.
Oh yeah, with the olives.
Yo,
something like that.
Maury is diabolical. Like this poor woman had a phobia of olives, and she comes out and she's like, "Where are they, please?" It's like there's no olives out here. Don't worry about it. As soon as she sits down, bring out the olives. Yo,
it's hilarious.
That shit is diabolical. Why would you do that to that poor lady, man? There's no olives out here. Don't worry about it. Bring out the olives. So it's just foul, man. Foul. But yeah, we need to clarify this. We gotta make sure that kid is not Mike Vrabel's kid, because man, I feel so bad for the husbands. That's the case. Like I would leave instantly, right? Sometimes, like, infidelity, people stay, try to work it out. But if that's not my kid, I'm definitely out the door. It's horrible.
I'm gonna see if there's any pictures of him and see.
I see you getting messy now too. Oh man, she is definitely for the streets. Absolutely. Goodness gracious. Moving on. NFL playoffs. NBA playoffs. I got still NFL in the brain. Like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing out of my Lakers. Lakers are up 3-0 in the series. They won tonight in Portland. Was it Portland? No, it's Houston. In Houston. Won in overtime. LeBron James had the game-tying three-pointer in the fourth quarter to be able to send it to OT. Marcus Smart has a great game. Bronny James got into it. And no Austin Reeves. No Luka. The Rockets did not have KD for the second time in the series, and now they're on the brink of elimination. I believe that Austin Reeves is coming back in Game 4. Luka has a potential to be back in the second round. This Lakers team, man, I think a lot of people counted them out. The Rockets were literally the favorites coming into the series, which I couldn't even understand because we owned the Rockets the whole season. But of course, it's always Lakers propaganda with LeBron. They gotta hate on that. They gotta hate on the Lakers. The fact that Austin Reeves and Luka's not there, but Lakers are good, man. JJ Redick has done a good job with this team. Luke Kennard has played well in the series. Didn't play well tonight, really. Ayton didn't really play well tonight. LaRavia didn't play well tonight, but you had other guys step up. Rui played great. Marcus Smart, like I said, had a great game. This is very, very reassuring for me. It feels good to know that this team, there's an outside chance, depending on how other series break. Obviously, I don't see OKC losing in the first round, but if it does happen in some wild timeline, and then, San Antonio loses because Wemby has the concussion, he's going to be out for Game 3, and it's just like, if these things play out the way some miraculous thing it plays out, like, the Lakers have a path to get to the finals, which is insane. And it would be such an improbable run, but not an improbable run for a bad team, just an improbable run because of how great the West is and how stacked it is. So shout out to the Lakers for being able to do their thing, man. As a Laker fan, I couldn't be more proud that they held it down. JJ Redick has done a masterful job in this series, being able to double team KD, being able to make the Rockets uncomfortable. Sengun hasn't played well. The kids haven't played well over there. And, they have a hard time making shots. They played well tonight. Lakers did have some offensive issues. He made some adjustments defensively in game 3. But the Lakers went ahead and they toughed it out, man. They toughed it out. So, I'm very, very excited about what the Lakers are doing. Let's go ahead and pivot to the New York Knicks. Celtics won as well, so they beat the Sixers. They're up 2-1. Portland is beating the Spurs right now, 84-77 in the third quarter. I'm telling you, man, like there's something wild happening here. That's all I'm saying. The Knicks are in trouble. And it's not shocking to me. It's shocking that they're down 2-1 and possibly down 3-1. Obviously, they should be up 2-1 because if you think about game 2, they were up 15, lost that game. CJ McCollum has the great fourth quarter, seals the deal, and they end up losing that game. They should have never lost that game. Game 3, they're literally playing from behind. They were playing from behind the whole game. They ended up, crawling back into the fourth quarter, having the lead. CJ McCollum has a go-ahead bucket, the mid-range jump shot. And then the last sequence of the game, Josh Hart gets the pass, inbound pass, kicks it to Brunson. Brunson tries to over dribble, gets caught on the baseline, and turns the ball over. Game over. And it's just like every Knicks fan right now is super frustrated. You're frustrated with Mikal Bridges because the dude literally took 3 shots, played 21 minutes, scored no points. Cat is over here trying to blow by guys when you're the slowest guy on the court. It's like, dude, take advantage of the size that you have instead of shooting 35-foot jump shots. Like, and also too, Mike Brown has just no offensive wrinkles. There's no dynamic plays that he calls. There's no pizzazz to his offense. It's the same bullshit 1-4 high he's been running since the Cleveland days. And of course you're going to have the 1-4 high and Jalen Brunson just dribble the basketball out, just dribble the air out of the basketball. There was no movement on that team in the fourth quarter. They were just standing around one-on-one plays. It's not how you win games. Yeah, Brunson, got the team back in the game. He had some tough baskets in the fourth quarter, but you can't sustain. That's not sustainable. You're not going to be able to win playoff series like that every single time. You're going to be in dogfights all the time because you have no offense. Everybody was like, when Tom Thibodeau got fired, Knicks fans were just like, oh man, we're gonna go after Jason Kidd, we're gonna go after this guy, we're gonna probably go after Ime Udoka. We're gonna go after a guy that has a modern style offense, great defensively, personnel wise. There was a lot of optimism. And then they go ahead and hire Mike Brown. And I was just like, so you fired Tom Thibodeau, who had no offensive scheme, for a guy that has a very limited offensive scheme, but he's better than Thibodeau in regards to what his offensive scheme is, but his offensive scheme is not great. And then you got a guy who still struggles with offensive rotations in regards to substitutions. And then you also struggle with a guy that does not really make the adjustments that's needed to be made. And you also struggle with a guy that does run the same wary offense that puts your guys in positions where they're tired at the end of games. You literally traded one coach for the next. It's the same guy. So you traded Homer Simpson for Mr. Potato Head. And this is the problem that the Knicks are having, is that CJ McCollum, in that whole game, I didn't see any double teams being run at CJ. Like, you allowed CJ to be comfortable in one-on-one settings. He's built for the playoffs. He's been doing this his entire career. What, did you forget that him and Dame used to be in Portland doing this shit? The guy is a playoff performer. He can go ahead and average 17, 18, 19 points a game in a regular season. Come playoff time, that dude is stepping it up because he understands what is needed to be able to get to a conference final. He's been there several times. And you as a head coach, you are going to allow him to kill you? If Jalen Johnson killed you, if, Daniels killed you, if anybody else killed you, cool, you can live with that. But the guy that literally has the most experience in regards to being in this spot, you can't allow him to kill you. You have to take the ball out of his hands. And they have not done that this entire series. McCollum is averaging like 28 a game. The last 2 games, it's been him. So you would think that a head coach would say, yeah, we're not going to let him beat us. But no, it's Mike Brown. So of course you're going to have a guy that doesn't understand the concept of being able to make adjustments. That's why the Knicks are in the position that they're in. It's not the fact that they don't have the talent. It's the fact that you have an idiot head coach. The Knicks were poised. People picked the Knicks to get out of the East. That's no longer the case. This is a bad matchup for them. I can honestly tell you, if the Knicks get out of this series, they beat the Hawks, and they end up playing the Celtics, they match up better with the Celtics in round 2 than they do with the Hawks. Hawks are fast, they're young, they pass the ball around, there's no stagnation. The Knicks feel like they can't maintain the tempo for the entire 48 minutes for going against the Hawks. That's what it looks like to me. So they're in trouble. They got to figure it out. They gotta get Cat to be able to be down the block, stop facing up guys and trying to blow by him. You go in the post, you assess where the court is. If there's a double team coming, you can be able to kick it to the open guy, or you can be able to go 1-on-1 and dominate the post. I know he's not comfortable doing it, but you got to figure out a way to do it, because there's no structure and there's no balance in regards to offensive sets, if they're even running any offensive sets for the Knicks. It just looks like freelance basketball, and it doesn't look good. It just doesn't. So Knicks are in trouble. Who else is in trouble? Denver's in trouble, and I love to see it. Denver got their ass kicked yesterday, and boy, was it great. The Timberwolves beat the hell out of them, and if the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets, I love it. I would love that, because I am not a fan of the Nuggets. Anyway, everybody knows why. They own the Lakers. I don't care, but I would love to see them lose. That team is just fun to watch, man. Defensively, Jaden McDaniels. You had Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert. You had, those guys did their thing, but seeing Jaden McDaniels play defense 60 feet, this dude is just relentless. Was getting around screens, getting over screens, bumping guys, being able to be physical, being able to switch and still be able to keep ground. Like, they put on a defensive clinic against the Nuggets. And Jokic, who's supposed to be one of the best players in the world, bro, Rudy Gobert has done a great job with him in the series. So if he can't get around Rudy, then the series is over, because Aaron Gordon's going to have to come back. He missed the last game. If Aaron Gordon comes back, then they can be able to figure out, how to be able to incorporate him, get another guy that can be able to hit on the outside, have another defender out there. But I think Jaden McDaniels, he had said it after, I believe it was game 1 or game 2. It's like, you just got to go at them. They don't play defense. So all we have to do is just attack them. We're going to keep attacking them. We're going to keep busting their ass because they don't play no defense. And boy, was he right. So, he had the viral moment of the season, and Jaden McDaniels has come up roses because he's absolutely right. Jokic is a terrible defender. Jamal Murray is a terrible defender. These guys cannot bang with you for 48 minutes. So if you put pressure on them and continue to put pressure on them, you're going to end up at the, being where you got to be at the end of the day. I think the T-Wolves are a better team. They're just a better team. I think they're better coached, and they have better skill position players and better defenders. And I love every second of it. So keep it up, Timberwolves. I want you to see y'all advance to the next round and kick these bums out. Moving on. For me, I wanted to talk about Steve Kerr possibly leaving the Golden State Warriors. There's reports saying that he's pretty much done with Golden State. I think he's done with coaching. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I think Golden State, the reports or rumors saying that they wanted to have him, coach multiple years. I think he only wanted to do one. They couldn't get to an agreement in regards to that, and now they're gonna part ways. And the dynasty is officially over. It's officially over. I had said at the start of the season, Golden State's done. Like, I don't know who can be able to look at this team and think that they ever had a chance to do anything. Got old players. They don't have great role guys. They have some young pieces that are okay, Moody and Brzezinski, but it's over. Even if they're gonna try to go get LeBron, they're gonna try to go get Giannis. It's not gonna help. Curry is getting older. He's had some issues where he missed I think he missed 2 months of the season, whatever it was. Like, it's to that point where it's over. You gotta find a way to break it up. If you're gonna trade Draymond, keep Curry and Jimmy Butler, get rid of everybody else, and just kind of see what you can be able to do. Maybe it's not a full rebuild, but it's more of like a reset. Then that's what they probably need to do. But this dynasty is over, man. It's done. And Steve Kerr leaving is definitely the final straw of just like, it's been a good run, it's been a good ride. He had the little speech with Draymond and Curry after they lost the play-in game. Like, it's been I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what the fate is, but it's been a good run. He's been there for 12 seasons and 4 championships. That it's a dynasty. Salute to him, man. They really changed the way people look at basketball, right? Curry became one of the greatest players ever. They had one of the greatest dynasties ever. They hold the record of the single season, wins total, MVPs, scoring records, 3-point records. It's just, they've done so much, but nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. And I hate to see Curry go through what Kobe, Iverson, a lot of players that just stuck around. Dirk, towards the end of his career, where the team is not as good anymore, but you're still the constant that's there. That's what I think is going to happen to Curry. I think the Warriors are not going to be good. They're not going to be great, and he's just going to be the guy that's just there. And if that's what he's okay with, that's fine. I believe that he still has enough left in the tank where he can be able to decide to go somewhere else and compete for a championship. Now, if he doesn't want to do that, because I know he's a very loyal guy, that's cool. But, it's there's going to be some lean years for Golden State going forward. It's not going to be good. And for me, I don't like to kick people when they're down. I don't like to do that. I don't like to make people more miserable than they are. And I understand that their situation is not as ideal as a lot other teams. And, I'm just going to be respectful and just say, it's been a good ride. I could say that, but I won't. I won't, because for Golden State Warrior fans, let me tell you about them. They're the most obnoxious people you can find. They just got here, right? I remember when Golden State was trash. My entire life, Golden State's been a trash organization. You had the jailbird Golden State Warriors back in the day. They were fun, right? They were fun. But then they were always trash after that, before that. And then Curry comes here, Mark Jackson saves the day, and then Steve Kerr steals his job, and then they have this dynasty, right? I don't care about y'all. I don't care about Warriors fans, because they don't know what real pain is in regards to being a basketball fan, because most of these people have been Golden State Warrior fans for the last decade, right? So they don't know anything else but winning. Damn y'all. Okay? Y'all gonna go right back to obscurity where you belong. It's been rough. Okay? You guys got 4 championships. Oh, okay, cool. You're gonna see what lean years look like. Been talking crap to Laker fans, talking crap to Now it's time for y'all to feel it. So I'm not gonna be one of those people to be like, oh yeah, damn, I feel bad. I don't feel bad for anybody that had a dynasty. Don't feel bad. Patriots fans, you think I care? You think I give a damn about Pats fans? Oh, I'm supposed to feel sorry for a fan base that got 6 championships in the last 30 years? Absolutely not. Oh, you got to the Super Bowl and lost? I don't feel sorry for y'all. Don't care. I don't care if I see another Patriots Super Bowl. I've seen enough. Don't care. Same thing with Golden State Warrior fans. I do not care about y'all. Y'all been in too many NBA finals in the last decade. Don't care. I want y'all out. Out and gone. I'm tired of y'all. Moving on. We got Billy Donovan stepping away from the Chicago Bulls. There's rumors that says that he probably is going to go back to college. I can see him going back to Florida. That'd be interesting. Because Billy Donovan was a great college coach. So we'll see what happens with that. But where do the Bulls go from here? The Bulls have been a team that's just been, they've had talent. They currently have talent, but it's just like they need direction. They need a coach that can be able to develop them and be able to have an identity at the same time. Like, what type of basketball do you want to play? You want to be a physical team? You want to be an up and down team? What model are you trying to design? Do you want to be the OKC model? Do you want to be the Timberwolves model? Do you want to be the Detroit Pistons model? Like, there's different models that you can be able to kind of like pick from depending on what your roster construction is. When you have Giddey there, which he's a very, very good player. Is he a superstar player? Is he a guy that can be able to lead you to a championship? We don't know yet, but you got to build it out. And Billy Donovan he's been an okay coach in the NBA. He coached the Thunder for a little while. He went to Chicago, but never really got over the hump. He's always just been a very average coach. And do I think that he can get another opportunity in the NBA? I'm sure he can get another opportunity in the NBA. I don't think it's over for him in the NBA, but is the college game more appealing to him right now? Could be, depending on if Florida is willing to throw the bag or if some other team is willing to throw the bag to him. There was a lot of rumor that he was planning to, like Carolina was planning to give him a big offer. I don't know if that ever happened, but they ended up going with the other guy. But I don't have much to say about a Billy Donovan because he just wasn't a great coach. He's not a great coach. I think he's more suited for college just because of his reputation, the championships that he's won. And, you can be able to motivate and inspire younger players. In the NBA, it's a little different, but at the same time, the college landscape has changed, right? With NIL, these guys are making big money now, where it's not just, hey, the coach is the star of this institution. The players are now the stars. And now they're coming with big money. They're coming with sponsorship deals, endorsement deals. Like, it's a different ball game. So is he going to have the same impact that he would have or that he had before at Florida? I don't know if he does decide to go back to college. I don't know. But I think a lot of the picture is going to get a lot clearer for a lot of teams based on how these playoffs go. Like, if the Knicks end up losing to the Hawks, I would not be shocked if the Knicks move on from Mike Brown. Seriously, he could be a one-and-done coach in New York just because the expectations were so high and they end up failing. I can see other coaches getting fired. I can see other opportunities presenting themselves. So there might be a little coaching carousel that happens, once the playoff picture gets a little bit more, once the rounds keep going off. Like once we get into the second round, once we get into the conference finals, and there's teams that are thinking about making a significant change, we can definitely see something happening there. You know what I mean? So, it's whatever. Who cares? Who else had a coach the other? I think somebody else signed a coach the other day. Hired a coach. Let me go ahead and look. Hold on. New coach. NBA. Yes, there we go. So Taylor Jenkins just got hired by the Milwaukee Bucks. Interesting hire. I like Taylor Jenkins. I think he was a good coach in Memphis. Things got a little weird because him and Ja, their relationship kind of got strained. Ja was in and out of the lineup due to injuries or suspensions or whatever it was. And he literally had to coach 2 different teams. When Ja was there, you had to coach a certain way. When Ja wasn't there, he had to figure out how to coach a different way. And he realized, like, we're better with Ja taking less shots, with us being more of a scoring by committee type of team. That didn't work well with Ja. Ja didn't like that. So the Grizzlies ended up choosing Ja over Taylor Jenkins. Taylor Jenkins now going to Milwaukee. I like it because, again, he's a good coach. They have some decent players. They don't have great players, but they do have a decent core. But here's the interesting part about it, Silent Assassin, is that Giannis was not advised. He did not have any type of influence in regards to who the head coach was. That's a big deal to me. And the reports are saying that Giannis has not had any type of conversations with the front office since the All-Star break. So I think we all know the writing on the wall is there, is that we've been talking about this how long on this show, where Giannis has to go. It's just time for them to cut bait and find the best package available, or trade him where he wants to go and just move on and start fresh, because he's never going to win again in Milwaukee. The damage has been done, and they have to go ahead and try to get as much assets as they possibly can for Giannis. They can also see what they can get for Miles Turner. They can also see what they can get for Bobby Portis. Like, just get rid of all of the veteran guys that you have there and start from scratch and see what you can be able to build through the draft and with young players. You got a guy like Taylor Jenkins who does very, very well in regards to player development with young guys. Brings a culture, brings a toughness, brings a knowledge of the game that can be able to be really beneficial for the Milwaukee Bucks. So I like the hire. I don't like the hire in regards to for Giannis, because I think that Giannis would do the same thing to Taylor Jenkins that he did to Adrian Griffin. It doesn't fit my game. I don't like it. So I hope that this is the first step to Giannis not being in Milwaukee anymore, because I'm done with it. I am just tired of the back and forth and the waffling. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. It's just like, come on, dude. Come on. Like, what are we doing? So that's going to be an interesting dynamic to see how that plays out during the summer. I heard that Giannis is not too fond of going to LA, but we'll see what happens. We'll see exactly what happens in regards to where he ends up. I don't know exactly where he ends up, but I'm curious to see. I am curious to see. Moving on. We have irrelevant news of the week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch this? I mean, they stink.
Every week we go ahead and we discuss all the crazy happenings that's going on around the world. Silent Assassin. Let's see where we start. Where do we start? Let's see. This picture or this video has been circulating for a little while. And oh, this was crazy. Did you see this? The woman holds up traffic and finds out the hard way not to step in front of vehicles. So this lady, some people have to realize, right? Like, road rage is not good. I don't care what happened on the road. I think you should never, once you leave your car, you are now a crazy person. Like, because you don't know what that other person has. You're going to go ahead and get out your car for what? Like, what are you doing? You're leaving yourself vulnerable for attack. So this lady I guess she pulls in front of the car that she has the problem with, right? Gets out of her vehicle. Gets to the side of the vehicle. And you know what the driver does behind her? Drives the fuck off. Mm-hmm. So she's literally, she's on the door, or at the door, the driver comes around, and her body is kind of like at the edge of the door. So the door's here, she's like right here. So the driver literally sandwiches her between the door and his door. And her body just flies into the street. Like, why would you put yourself in danger just because somebody cut you off?
Yeah.
It's craziness.
No. Like, people, like, are ready to go to war over stuff like that. It's just, like, you need to relax.
Something wrong with you.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you get upset, but you just have to kind of, okay, it happened, move on. Because, like, we've seen so many, like, bad road rage accidents turn into, like, deadly situations. And, like, you could look back at it and be like, it was just a stupid, in the moment, you know, like a sense of anger.
Yeah.
But it's not worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know, no one wants to get cut off in traffic and whatnot, but you just kind of be like, you know, maybe say something in your head or out loud in your car and kind of just stay in your car. And
that's
then
it.
Move on with it.
That is literally it.
Yeah, I was actually, when I was driving to Jersey the other day, I was on the, it was going into the city before the bridge. Mm-hmm. And there was traffic, and then I wanted to go into the left lane because I had to get off in that direction. And the car behind, like, I had my blinker on, and then I was looking till like I was safe to go, and the car went, and then the car behind was just like stopped. Like, they weren't moving because it was traffic, and it was a few car lengths of distance. I'm like, perfect. Like, and I have my blinker. I'm like, oh, maybe they're just letting me go, right? Yeah. So I'm halfway into the lane, and then they just sped up, and I look up because I see them, and then the passenger, this girl, whatever, 2 middle fingers. I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, I didn't cut you off. Like, you weren't even moving by the time I was, like, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, then you decide to hit on the gas when I'm basically already, you know, mostly in the lane. And, like, I'm like, oh, now I'm going to deal with this person. Like, it was a passenger the rest of the way. And no, like, the guy, I guess, I don't know, maybe he knew, like, his girlfriend's a little, you know, crazy. Because he kept a very large distance from my car at the end of it. And then, like, of course, you meet up later on and just get, like, the stare.
Right.
I'm like, what are we doing? Like, can you chill out? 2 middle fingers. Like, it's not like I didn't do nothing. Like,
but here's the other part of it, right? Mm-hmm. How do they not know that you're not crazy?
Yeah, like, also, like, I could have done something.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You looking at me now, okay, cool. Now I'm going to have to follow you and kill both of y'all. Like, because I'm crazy. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Like, listen, I'm not saying that I never had a road rage incident in my life. I've been driving for a long time. But for the most part, you want to go ahead and speed in front, go ahead, dog. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not in a rush anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm coming home. I'm not gonna kill myself on the road to try to get where. If I'm late, I'm already late. Mm-hmm. I just don't have the energy to be able to be arguing with people about something that happened. Like obviously, if there's a car accident, yeah, you might feel a different way, but it's like even in that situation, I'm not gonna try to assault you because we got into an accident. I'm gonna be mad, but it's one of those things where it's just like, yo, dude, it's just fine. But again, like people really have to chill out when it comes to this road rage shit. Like you see some of these videos, man. Like you got people breaking people's glasses. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, damaging the car, like hitting the windshield, taking the mirrors off.
Yeah,
punching the windows,
punching windows, and it's just like, yo, like, all right, if you think that you're that crazy, that you think you're gonna come out here, all right, now I have to show you that there's a different level of crazy that you haven't seen yet. So now I'm gonna have to put hands on you and whoever is in the passenger side as well, because if they let you out here knowing how crazy you are, I'm now blaming you for this person. I'm not blaming this person, I'm blaming you, because if you know who this person is, you need to make sure you keep their ass in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm blaming your ass. So I'm putting hands on you and this person here. Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care. I can't. I am not comfortable with the whole road rage thing, man. Like I anytime I hear about it, I'm just like, yo, dude, like just calm down. Calm down. Did you hear about this? Michael debuts with a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I heard critic reviews like weren't the best, but audience reviews are like, oh, I'm not gonna trust Rotten Tomatoes.
That's how I am.
Yeah, because like I saw a lot of people actually did like it. The only things like was what did they say? It was just too fast paced or too slow paced. It was one or the other. That was like the only really complaint that I saw come from it. And then, you know, it's funny obviously it's a true story. And people are like, don't spoil it. And it's like, I'm not spoiling anything. It's already out there for
right.
40, 50 years.
What are you talking
whatever.
about?
Like it's been out. It was like the Pepsi scene where he gets caught on fire.
Yeah.
And people are like, why'd you spoil it? It's like, bro, like this literally happened.
It happened.
In real life.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I wanna go see it. I'm sure it's gonna be in theaters for a while.
Yeah, same. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna go watch it. Question for you. In regards to pacing, like I know that you haven't filmed like a motion picture, but like what would be the disconnect between director and how things are shot, where in a situation like this, like for a biography or biopic, I believe that pacing is important, that it needs to be, you need to tell a story, so you need to have a slower pace because you need to be able to tell people about, obviously, listen, there's whoever it is, whether it's Michael, whether it's whoever, people already are in love with this personality. They know the story but it doesn't matter. You're making a movie for the masses, not just for a particular group, right? So you want to make sure that you're setting the pace good enough where people can be able to follow the story. Where you're not rushing. Like, is it budgetary reasons why you might want to condense something? You know what I mean? Like, it might be out of the director's hands at that point where you're trying to, you know, just make the most of the budget and the time that you have.
Well, I think like relatively biopics and history type movies like Oppenheimer, like that type of history stuff, are just usually just relatively long movies, just because like you said, like there's so much that, like, if you're making a biopic about someone, like, they have to be a pretty, important individual.
Yeah,
so
especially like MJ. You would think
Yeah.
that you would take your time with that.
Yeah. So I think there was maybe some things, like, where, obviously, with his career, it's been sensitive topics and whatnot. Might have also been, like, stuff that just the family didn't want in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I did see, like, none of the child allegations were in the movie.
Okay.
So that was obviously a big part of, his life, was those allegations. And I think the whole Never Was a Neverland.
Yeah.
I don't think that part I saw was in the movie at all. But mostly just music career centered. But yeah, also too, budgetary as well. But I feel like a movie like this, I feel like budgets aren't really a concern because they know they're gonna make a large amount of money just because of it's Michael Jackson. Like,
yeah.
everyone's gonna go see this movie whether it gets rated bad or good.
Right.
But yeah, and just in general, like I said, history or figure, like huge figure movies, like they're just long movies. Like Elvis was a long movie. The Bohemian Rhapsody was a long movie.
That was a really good one.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's just the way. There's like so much you could pack into something like that because he has 40, 50 years of like he's been performing since he was a child. Like there's a lot to kind of go through.
Right.
Up until he passed away. So yeah. So I want to see more like reviews on it as it more like as fans, I guess, see it more like casual movie viewers. Go
Do you
see
know?
it.
Do you know the runtime?
I can look it up, but usually I feel like they're at least 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Because if you got 2.5 hours, I think that's a reasonable time to be able to tell a story. But if you try to condense it to like 90 minutes, then it's like, all right, that might not be enough time.
Just over 2 hours, so.
Just over 2 hours.
And it might have been the shorter end than I saw as a complaint than the longer end.
Okay, so see that's where I can see it might be a problem. A little over 2 hours with such a storied life.
Yeah.
Not enough time.
That also includes credits and pre-titles.
Yeah,
and all that stuff,
that's not enough time. So we're probably talking about maybe an hour 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not enough time. I think that's in itself might be a disappointment. Like if you're gonna do it, you got to do an MJ biopic right. Take your time and do it. Like we've been waiting for this for a while, and it's just like I have to see it for myself because then I will know, and then I can be able to have my own opinion. But I just don't want to be disappointed in regards to the pacing of it, right? Like pacing for me in regards to a movie is everything.
Yeah, because
everything.
If it's too quick, if it's too long, then that just takes you out of it.
Yeah.
Whether whichever it be. But because like there's so many huge moments in his life, like standout moments and controversial moments. And, like I feel like that has to be a part of it's about his life. Like you just put everything in there.
Yeah.
Allegedly like Janet and Paris, his daughter, weren't at the premiere.
Really?
Had something to say about that, but Michael Jackson Jr. What's his nickname? Does he have a nickname? Prince? Is it Prince? Or that's Prince, Blanket, Paris. Those are his 3 kids, right?
Blanket, yeah. I can't
Prince.
remember the
I think
other
it's
one.
Prince, but
his
Michael
kids
Jackson,
don't look nothing like him.
That's also a topic that they're not
like
biologically.
I seen them. I said, these are white people.
Yeah. Especially like
these are white people. They look European white.
I feel like facial structure, Blanket is most likely to resemble like the Jackson, just like
a little bit,
structure.
yeah.
But Paris, no, and I'm pretty sure it's Prince.
Paris looks like Paris looks like he looked like he's from Yugoslavia. Yo, like I looked at, I'm like, all right, this looks nothing like MJ.
Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah, that's like a big topic that there's no biological ties there, but I don't know. I feel like Janet and Paris have like been very outspoken since his death. Like, that this was it's just like very sensitive to them. So I feel like they just didn't want to show like media face. Like I don't know if they necessarily agreed with it, but I don't know all that stuff. But.
That's a tough thing too, because the fact that like if there's strife between families and the estate and all of this stuff that's going, it can cause the film to not be as good as it could have been, right? like for me personally, right? I don't know how I feel because I'm not in that situation. But it's just like, if I was a part of the estate, I would like the whole story to be told. But I can't be mad at the family not wanting to kind of relive those allegations or to give it new life in a new era now with more people that were not aware of this. Now they're going to be aware of it, and now people are going to start digging because you know how the internet sleuths are. It's just, I get it. But as a film enthusiast, I'm just like, you got to give me the whole story, man. I mean, it's just like, so, but I'm curious to see it. Hopefully I'm not disappointed. I wasn't disappointed with, like I said, that, Bohemian Rhapsody was great. Elvis movie was great. There's a lot of good biopics out there. Ali, great. Malcolm X, great. There's so many good biopics that have been there. Ray, I want this to be in that same realm, but we're talking about different era of making film, so I don't know. We'll see. Did you hear about the police officer in Houston, Texas?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So there's this Spanish lady or woman who she was a police officer because she's no longer a police officer based on what she did. She went on a racist tirade to say how much she hates black people. And she literally posted this to her social media. And I'd like to get into this. So I'm going to play it right now. And I'm going to play it in full. Because you need to get the entire gamut of how stupid this person is. Let's go ahead and play this. Where's it at? Let's see if we can. All right, so they're showing her, getting her, because she went through the academy. She's been a cop since 2024.
The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I fucking hate new. Oh my god, I fucking hate chimps. Like, I hate y'all. Like, I don't fucking. Oh, we were slaves this entire. I don't give a fuck, nigga. For a fucking reason, you guys were fucking slaves. You guys don't know anything better than a fuck deal. Like, oh my fucking god, nigga. Like, I was literally eating fucking food with my friend. He had his. Oh my god. Like, I don't know. Por Dios, por gracias de fucking Dios. I had my fucking wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those fucking that little fucking small ass chimp decided not to fucking steal my fuck wallet, nigga. Oh my god, nigga. Grab my heel and like whoop the fuck out of that nigga's ass. But like whatever, right? Some other fucking side chimp that he fucking had decided to fucking steal my friend's fucking wallet. Like, nigga, possible fuck broke.
All right, I had enough.
So she sounds like, I don't know if like you had this in your generation, but like the Cheeto girl in high school.
Yes.
So she sounds like just going off.
Like my biggest thing is this, right? And I've talked about this in my off pod. I haven't really talked about this on mic. There's a misconception out there where a lot of people feel that black and brown people are like this, like we are together in this fight. No, the fuck we not. Like, there's a lot of Spanish people that think just like her. There's a lot of brown people that think just like her. So when you hear this, it's not shocking to me. But I'm going to break down what I heard, which is funny to me. You don't like black people. You don't like N's, and you're using the hard R. Yet you're using the soft A to be able to articulate yourself because you don't have the vocabulary to be able to explain yourself without saying these words. You're an uneducated idiot. And she went ahead and said more. She said that she can't wait to go back to work because she wasn't fired at this time. She can't wait to go back to work to just go or start arresting black people just because. Like, it doesn't matter if the person is guilty or not. She's just going to arrest you because you're black. And at some point, we have to do better in regards to our hiring practices. I am a big advocate for, if you're going to hire police officers or hire people to become police officers, people need to take polygraph tests, and you also have to have more of an extensive psych evaluation. So after the psych evaluation, you need to take a polygraph. And I need to ask you certain questions, because if you're going to be a police officer in the Houston area, there's a predominantly black area that you're policing. I need to ask you, are you racist? And if you take, and somebody like her who is, guess what's going to happen when that polygraph comes back? You're going to fail that question. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you have moral integrity as a department, you won't hire that person. If you're desperate for people, then you'll go ahead and bury that into a file and hire that person anyway. But there's a file. There should be a polygraph for every law enforcement official. Mm. Because you have to know the people that you're dealing with.
Mm. Just like safety protocol, like,
yeah,
you know, that there should be like standardized like tests.
Yeah.
Also, like putting like a weapon in that person's hand, like if she feels some type of way, like who knows, that she just, you know, shoot somebody, like,
right.
You know what I mean? But did she just like the context of the video? Like, was she just like filming herself and posted it? Like,
yes. What? I think she was either filming it herself. I think she sent this to a friend, or it was in a chat, and then the person sent it to for it to get exposed.
They should.
Yeah, the friend they did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want somebody like this policing your streets.
Yeah. It's just like a danger to society just to have a person with somewhat of like power just out there thinking like that and like that. Yeah. Not
only is she a danger to like society and people that are outside, but she's a danger to a dictionary.
So it's like she sounded like the Cheeto girl in high school.
This is an idiot. Like I can't even take her serious. I'm not even mad, right? Because I don't expect anything from somebody who looks like her anyway. Like, you hate black people, but yet your whole style looks like a black person. The way you dress, the way you have your hair, I can tell the type of music you listen to. So you hate us, but you sure want to look like us and behave like us and have no sense of education. This is a stupid person. So, you know, it's you gotta start thinking about this, and people really have to like pay attention to what's happening. You, as in your anecdotal circle or life or experiences, may not have dealt with anybody that is racist, or if you've ever been exposed to racism. But if you've ever been exposed to it, you can pick it up without somebody actually going on a tirade like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been around it for so long that I know what dog whistles sound like. I know what they all sound like. So somebody like her, you would always pick it up. And again, it's one of those things where people have to educate themselves, where black and brown people, especially a lot of Spanish people, they do not like black people. They associate more with being white than they do being black, or associating themselves with being a minority group. So she got fired, or she's on leave. is it leave or they dismissed her and then they're investigating. So, the biggest thing too is just like, did you not think that this was going to get exposed? Like, you thought that you were gonna just be able to do this and then go back to work. This is the level of incompetence that is amazing to me. Like, that's what I'm more impressed about, is that you had no shame and no like concerns about going back to work after you did this.
And just like casually just speaking, be like, no, I'm good. Like that's what the power struggle is with the police officers. Like they think they can get away with anything.
Exactly. They think that they're above the law. And also too, because we live in such a polarizing climate where racism gets rewarded nowadays. People can be able to be outright racist and then get fired from their job, and then they can go ahead and go like, start up some type of, not necessarily a GoFundMe, but some type of like money raising campaign to be able to, like, I remember when that lady called the little kid in the park that word, and she generated like $1 million.
That's crazy.
All because you have so many people out there that think like her.
It's like, oh, it's freedom of speech. Like,
yeah.
Fired for freedom
of speech. You speak your mind. Okay, cool. Like, my thing is this, man. Like, you can say what you want to say, right? You do have the freedom of speech. That's fine, but it needs to go back to, there's gonna be consequences to what you say. So if you're gonna go ahead and go mouth off to somebody who is, of another race, and you want to go ahead and use derogatory slurs towards that person, and that person puts hands on you, then that's what happens. You can't cry victim when you were the one that sparked the issue. I'm an advocate for that. I'm an advocate for putting hands on people. I am. Like, I might not personally do it, but when those things do happen, there's something called street justice. Like, you do things, you're going to get dragged. I remember there was this video of this white lady. She got out of her car, another road rage situation, and she started calling this black lady all types of names, right? And the black lady was like, look, if you continue to keep talking to me like this, like, I'm gonna have to put hands on you. You're not gonna do anything. And then, all of a sudden you see a tussle, right? Camera drops, and then the camera then gets back up, and you see the black lady got the white lady pinned down to the ground. It's just like, I told you to stop and that's just,
you gotta be prepared.
Street justice.
Yeah.
Well, if you got that type of mouth, cool, but just know what comes with it. So that's the thing with me, is that it doesn't shock me when people like this young lady say these things, because it's the quiet part out loud. You think that a lot of those people are in your corner when they're not. And that's why it makes sense for when Jasmine Crockett ran for Senate in Texas, especially in the Houston area, she didn't get great votes in Houston. Why? I wonder why. Wonder why she didn't get all those good votes in Texas. I wonder why. I wonder why she lost. Because she is a great representative, but how she looks makes people question it, because you have a very, very big Latino community out there, and a lot of them do not associate themselves with people who are darker than them, unfortunately, which you should be on the same team, because oppression is oppression. They don't care what you look like. If you're not them, you're not them. So that is it. That's all for Irrelevant News of the Week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the... they stink.
Are we going to talk about these Mets, or we just don't care? Like, I'm over it. We won 2 in a row. We lose to the damn Rockies. Can't score no damn runs for poor Freddie Peralta, right? And who gave up the game today? It was Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea gives up the game, comes in the game, gives up damn near 2-3 runs. It's like, come on. Why is he still on the team? Why is he here?
Yeah. I don't know, it's like you get kind of excited because last night that they were like, didn't necessarily like, they had that one home run with Beatty, but like they were able to get runs over just from hits. And it was like, oh, okay, like maybe the offense is starting to heat up a little bit.
Right.
And then you just kind of go back to square one like the next day, and the pitching too. Like besides McLean and Holmes has been solid. Freddie's been solid. Like everyone like now like that. The pitching depth that's now in the bullpen is hasn't been working out that well.
Nope.
So it's like, where do we go from here and out? Because we don't really, like, the bullpen hasn't been really reliable like it was early in the season. And the pitching that's been solid has kind of been a little bit shaky now.
Yep.
So it's like now with the offensive struggle, now with pitching struggle, like what direction are we going to go in now?
Yeah, and the thing is now we don't even have the offensive depth that we had to start the season.
Yeah.
The bench is very, very depleted. Like you talked about the bullpen just looking like, there's a lot of arms that when you think about it, it's just like, oh my God, like this is bad. Like Sean Manaea, bad. You got Craig Kimbrell, bad. You have Devin Williams, bad. You got Sean Manaea, bad. Like you have a lot of bad. Kodai Senga, like, right? There's a lot more bad than you have good, and that's a concern. And David Stearns had his presser today, and it's just like, this smug look, man. I understand why people want to put hands and feet on David Stearns because it's like we've seen the same lackadaisical approach for 3 seasons now. And it's just like when does the sense of urgency kick in? Right? Like when do you start to make some moves here before you lose the season? It's still early. Like we're crazy enough how this team has performed. We're still in April.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Right? But it just feels like this team is in quicksand. So it's like April is not it's not like a forecast of the entire season because they can be above 500 for every month for the rest of the season and end up having a winning record, right? But there is evidence here that there could be a problem because the offense, not only is the offense not scoring any runs, but the at-bats are so bad. They're swinging at pitches that they should never swing at. They're not relaxed. They've admitted that they're playing a little bit more tense. Like these are not things that are good. So how do you fix that? If you got Freddie Peralta going out there giving up 2 runs and you still can't win a game, that's a problem. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know if there's an actual fix here. Like this might just be a broken team.
Yeah, I don't like. We talked about it on Queens with Money. It's like what happened to the team that we saw in spring training.
Yeah.
Versus, like now, it's like just. I mean, like I would say like over the past few games, with the whole new home run celebration and all that stuff, like I definitely feel like the team relationships definitely I've seen a lot more over the past few games than what we've seen earlier. Like after they got the win out of the way, I think that did take a lot of weight off people's shoulders, but still like they're still like not as a whole really playing together. There's still being mistakes that shouldn't even have been made. it just seems like a very wild season of how many like little things have come up. Still in April, it's like, why are these things even happening? Like, this is a major league team. Like, it shouldn't even be happening in this league. But I don't know. I feel like we were waiting for that. There was always a sense of urgency last year, and they didn't kind of take a hold of it. And then we were one game away from the playoffs, and I really expected, like I said, like if Mendoza has a bad first month, like, he's not going to be here for very long. And from the words of Stearns and then, like, the vibe from Cohen, like, everything, like, it seems like, he's here to stay for at least, the foreseeable future. Because there just has to be that change of, like, okay, like, we shouldn't be playing like this.
Yeah.
These guys, this, like, was an offensive heavy team, like, with the lineup and everything, and they look like a complete mess. Yeah. So it's like, who is to blame? Like, I know it does take a little bit of time, like, when the whole coaching staff is new, but a lot of the players are also new, so kind of maybe learning of just getting used to New York as well. Like, it's a new home, it's a new locker room, it's a new stadium, it's new teammates, so it's a lot of new.
The adjustment period is a little longer, yeah.
Yeah, but, hopefully, they can click out of it this homestand. Right now they're split, but all the teams that they played so far, besides the Dodgers and maybe you can consider the Cubs as well, that they should have won every single series. Yeah. So, I
and look, the fact that they won the series against the Twins, that's a positive sign, right? But it's just like you come off the high of getting to Joe Ryan, and then you make this dude look like he was Nolan Ryan out there.
Yeah, and Lawrence in the past few years, like, he hasn't been great. Like, early in his career, he was pretty.
He has some upside, but
yeah,
he's not a great pitcher, and that's what concerns me, is that everybody that comes to town looks like Randy Johnson and Nolan Ryan, just because we're just taking horrible at bats. There's no approach. There's no game plan. Like, I'm telling you, I would love to hear from Troy Snigger, because I want to know what the approach is. What is the approach?
Yeah.
You got 9 hitting coaches and telling you what the hell to do. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. It's like, I was, like, pretty excited for him because he came from the Astros and they always been offensively. So it's like, what's changed? Maybe possibly because they have that 2 assistant hitting coach and the hitting development coach, whatever it's called. Like, why are there so many hitting people? You know what I mean? It's like, you have a coach, and that's the coach of hitting, that's the coach of pitching,
that's it.
That's the manager, that's first base.
What
coach.
The hell do you need so many people for?
Yeah. Because then it's just like you're hearing from too many different voices, and the players kind of have their own thing that they've learned from their whole careers and whatnot of how to handle things and whatnot. So it's just confusing.
Yeah, I agree. Thoughts about Lindor's injury? Are you concerned?
Yeah, just because of allegedly they don't even know that much about it. So, whether they're telling us the truth or not, it's a concerning situation. It just, like, I feel like just from the looks of it, of what happened, like, I know granted anything can happen, but like him just hitting the base and causing severe damage is just like, how does that even really happen? But it was a cold night or whatever. I don't know, like, stuff can happen, you know what I mean? But that's obviously a big blow, and right when you get Soto back as well, then the same night, you lose Lindor for, they're saying, a long extended period of time. So, that definitely is a hit to the offense. And
because he was 9 of his last 25, so he was
heating
hot.
Up. Yeah. So it definitely sucks, but this is hopefully the other guys can kind of step up. I know Brett Beatty has been playing better. Hopefully Ronnie can kind of really
settle
step
in.
up and take a hold of shortstop. I know he had some issues last night, and that's all you can hope for. I mean, we don't really know what's going on because they don't even know allegedly themselves. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest concern is that, once I seen the injury, I was like, all right, we're looking at, like, when he rounded the base and started grimacing, I was like, okay, could be a hamstring, could be whatever it is. But once he slid into home plate, then I was just like, okay, because he's sitting there, he's holding it. Now I'm concerned about two things, because when you have a severe calf strain, then now I have to start asking questions about what's the state of the Achilles. Because everything is attached. That whole area, if you're starting to have some type of calf problems, normally there's some Achilles problems that are going on right now. So if that's the case, then we are looking at an extended time that he's going to be out, because that needs to heal. And if it's more closer to a grade 3, then his season's over. You know what I mean? And if you're the Mets, this guy's under contract for some years still. You may want to take it easy with him. That you may not want to rush him back, because if, God forbid, anything happens and that Achilles snaps, you're now without your star shortstop for a whole year. Obviously there's technology where guys are coming back earlier now, but it's just, there's a lot that's riding on this thing. And for them to not know exactly the severity, just because there's probably a lot of inflammation, they need to see exactly what it looks like when the inflammation goes down, to see exactly what the state of the entire leg looks like, to see if there is some damage down there. If it's just isolated to the calf area, there's a lot of concern here. And Lindor has never been a guy that's been very hurt in his career. He's never been on the IL for that many times in his career. But, we are talking about somebody that's now into his 30s, right? Like, playing a premier position that he's still a top 4 defensive player at. There's concern. He's going to start to wear down. And that's just the way the game is. Father Time waits for no man. And, you're only going to be at top of the game for so long. And that concerns me as well, is because we need to make sure that we're building a contender and a winner for the type of players that we have. Lindor is a cornerstone player, but he's not as young as Soto is. So if your goal or your objective is not to win a World Series right away, then you might have to start having different conversations about Lindor. Right? Where he might not be here long term because you're not in the position to win for the next 4 years. We can't wait for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes no sense for this team to have both Lindor and Soto and not be playoff World Series contenders every single year. Like, this is why you have them,
You gotta go in every season like you're winning the World Series. Whoever is out there is a big fish. You gotta try to get them. It's just the way it is. It sounds like you're playing Monopoly, but you have to try to accumulate as much talent as possible while still developing the farm system, because that's what the Dodgers do. The Dodgers spend a ton of money, right? But they also have one of the best farm systems in baseball that they can be able to just pluck from. Yeah, well, I think, if the Padres want to get rid of Mason Miller, we can go get him if we want to. And they literally can. They get anybody they want to.
Yeah.
So that's the power of being able to have such a well-oiled machine in your organization. It's crazy. It's really crazy, man. So there's a lot of concern here, and I know David Stearns feels it internally, because there's different questions that you now have to answer that you did not want to answer before. Is Lindor part of our future? Like, do we need to start having more conversations? I want Lindor here. He's my favorite player on this team. I want him to be here. But if the game plan is switching in regards to what the priority is, if you're playing the long game, then that might not align with Lindor being here. Thoughts about the whole BS behind Soto? Him saying that he had no contact with the players, and you had the Post making a big fucking deal about this thing. Like, I was so upset. Now, I normally don't comment on posts, but I was just like, all right, enough.
Yeah.
Like, enough with this garbage. Because, like, most players, when they're rehabbing, they're away from the team. They're not with the team. They're away from the team. And if the team is not playing well, what do you want Soto to do? You want him to have some type of Zoom conference where he's doing this rah-rah speech while he's rehabbing?
Yeah.
He's away from the team. He's trying to get himself right so he can come back and join his teammates. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Like, the Mets haven't played a lot of home games. Like, they've primarily been away. And obviously, Soto's been hurt.
Yeah.
Like, the whole, all those weeks. So it's like he's trying to get better. The team is playing games, like there's not even enough time to communicate,
right?
They're not together,
right?
And when the Mets were home, like he was there,
yeah,
so there's not really any reason to kind of him being texting guys and texting, specific players and whatnot. Like, he's obviously a part of the team. He cares. Like, we've seen, like, when he's there, like, he cares. So I don't really feel like there wasn't necessarily like need for him to kind of be chatting with guys. Like, obviously everyone's frustrated. Like, we just be like, oh, keep your head up, and like, what is he gonna say?
What do you want me to say? How many times I'm gonna tell you to keep your head up?
Yeah. So I thought it was, just kind of blown out of proportion. Like, obviously he just like no, like he was just like straightforward, like, no, I didn't talk to any of them. Like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Like,
I wish he would have said that.
Yeah. But it's like, and then there was like reports from players that like in the Mets colors, like I don't see a problem with it. Like,
because it's normal.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like there's no need for a player rehabbing, trying to get better from an injury, to kind of be chit-chatting with, they have their own thing to do. He has his own thing to do.
Right.
So, that's what it is. Like, I think people just like with Soto just like to kind of pit him as like the clubhouse bad guy. Like, well, he's been on so many teams in his whole career, but it's like, that's not his fault. Like,
no. And also too, you got to remember that there's a lot of these reporters that have agendas. Like, they report for both teams, and they may lean one way more than the other way. They may lean more Yankees, so of course they're going to try to go get something that's like, we got to paint this guy in a bad light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we saw that all last year. It has not stopped. It has not stopped.
Yeah. Just like, even like the whole Lindor Soto thing, it's like they were up on the top step.
So overblown.
Talking, having a good time. Like, they said that they obviously communicate. Like, they're cool. Like, do they have to be best friends? No, they don't have to be best friends. Like, but as long as they're getting along enough where there's not actually serious problems. Like, if there were serious problems, I'm sure that the Mets would handle it.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't. It was just blown way out of proportion, and people just like to talk. I'm sure if this was, another player like AJ Minter or whatever, he's on that, like, there's not going to be a conversation.
Exactly.
About it. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, not everybody can be best buds like me and Silent Assassin. Some people you work with, you alright, you cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can talk and laugh, but when I'm out of here, we ain't speaking until I come back tomorrow. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, there's different relationships. You don't have to be buddy with everybody, but as long as the rapport inside of the building is great and you're all pulling in the same direction to be able to win, that's all you want. You know what I mean? When things are going bad, instead of pointing fingers at each other, you're still with the same goals, with the same aspirations, and pulling in the same direction to be able to get better. So that's the type of guy that Soto is. He is. And here's the thing that people have to realize, too. He's 20, what is he, 26, 27?
27, yeah.
Like, he's still a young guy. I think people kind of forget how young he is because he's been in the bigs for so long. It's a young guy, and he's still learning how to be in that type of role. I remember when Lindor came here, Lindor was what, 20. I think he was around 28 when he came in.
Yeah.
So around the same age, like, and he was then forced into a role that he didn't have to be in Cleveland. He was one of the best players in Cleveland, but he didn't have to be in that because there was other players there. You know what I mean? So again, you have to give this guy time to be able to figure out how to be able to be that spotlight guy when he never had to be that. Because even in Washington, you had Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
You had Strasburg. You had everybody else that you can be able to talk to. And then you had Soto there. Like, you didn't necessarily have to talk to him. He wasn't the face of the team.
Yeah, not one team, but it's like Machado was the face
Yeah.
of Padres, obviously Aaron Judge.
Right.
So it's like he comes here with the biggest contract. And
He's now the most important face that's in the building.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, but I didn't see anything wrong with what he said, and I'm just over these fucking people, man. Like, the propaganda around Soto is just really, really annoying. It really is. Like, it's just, this guy he's a quiet guy. He's about his business, and he's one of the most productive players in all of baseball because he is such a master of his craft. Stop trying to make him out to be something that he's not. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to find any dirt on Soto that's going to turn him into this villain. People love him. We as Met fans, we love him. Like, we're always going to love him. You know what I mean? Like, sorry. You know what I mean? Just like even Lindor. I remember when Lindor had his hiccups his first year in with the Mets. I never looked at him like, oh man, I'm out on Lindor now. Nah, it's like, okay, cool. You realize what the hell New York feels like. You're gonna have to learn, and he's learned, and that's just the way it is. So, Soto, we love you, and keep doing what you're doing. Now we got Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Every week I go around and I ask, who was the Dummy of the Week? Silent Assassin, do you have one? Who's your dummy?
I'm going with Huascar Brazaban for ruining the whole.
Why is Huascar Brazaban your dummy?
Dummy, yeah.
He allegedly thought that the blue and orange lights were
Oh
him
my
and
goodness.
just ran up on that field and, took over Devin Williams' spot last night, kind of ruining, the whole thing. And it's just like, you've been like watching baseball for a very long time, never seen anything like that ever happen. It's like,
it just adds to the LOL Mets, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like, of course, like this is gonna happen for the Mets in this season. Like, when a pitcher's done with the inning, they go and speak to the manager, the pitching coach, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you're going in or you're staying. You're done.
Right.
For the night. So he's told, like, if it's tied, we're gonna put you back in, and if it's not tied, then you're done for the night. So he's just, I don't even do God knows what in the dugout. Like, it's a close game, and the Mets, take the lead. Like, how are you not up there on the step, like, kind of paying attention, watching? Like, I know, like, you still want to be ready and prepared, but still, like, you don't see, like, the reactions in the dugout and whatnot, people, cheering and all this stuff.
That motherfucker probably didn't hear a damn.
Yeah, it's like just in his own world, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going out, you know what I mean? Like, just heard one thing and it's like, no, I'm going out. So obviously the inning ends and it's a save situation. He's just like, everyone's kind of confused. Devin Williams is, at the mound. He's told to kind of go back into the bullpen.
Oh,
he's like
goodness.
slow walking. Luckily, Brazaban gets the first out. Mendoza looks like he has flames coming out of his ears and whatnot. He's pissed off. Devin Williams comes in. He's yelling into his glove. Granted, like, that's the manager's situation. Like, that he gets everything kind of pinned on him. But it's like, we know Devin Williams is that type of player that, gets triggered. And, for that situation, like, I understand, like, you're coming in, you're ready, you're warmed up, like, you want to go. Like, so, I don't know. It was just, like, such a weird situation. Then Mendoza was kind of laughing at it today, like, no one's to blame but myself. Like, I need to speak Spanish to him. But it's like I don't know. I feel like there should have been, if he can only speak Spanish, like, why is someone non-speaking Spanish, like, even talking to him? Like, at that moment.
Yeah, so. It just adds to the many blunders that Carlos Mendoza has had, you understand that you have a lot of Spanish-speaking players on your team. At no point should you speak anything more than Spanish to those certain players. Why are you speaking English? He's looking at you like, so I go back in? No, you don't go back in. You go back or stay in the dugout. Cool. And his head is like, all right, cool. Coach just told me to go back. Like, you don't clarify with him and just tell him in Spanish, do you understand what I just said to you? Like, we'll go over it again. Yeah. Like, that's what concerns me about Mendoza, right? Like, it's a small thing, but you as a manager, you're not crossing your T's and dotting your I's. You're just assuming that he understands. Yeah. No, you got to make sure that he understands. Yeah. You got to make sure that the message lands so you can be able to go ahead and go do what you got to do. Yeah. So, yeah, it does fall on him because you need to be a better communicator. That's your job title.
Yeah. Also, it's like once he crosses the line that he can't go back, like, no one in that, like, there's a good amount of distance. Like, no one's yelling for him to come kind of come back. Like, what
listen, if he didn't hear the crowd cheering that the Mets were up, you think he's going to... You think he's going to hear Mendoza screaming at him? That man was in La La Land. He didn't give a damn what was happening. I'm going out there. Going out there to pitch.
He's like, even with last year too, like the stare-offs with Pete Alonso and him, like, over the first, like, first, like, I don't know. I feel like I just don't like him. He's just, calls it drama.
He's a different guy. He's peculiar, to say the least. And we're not even going to talk about Devin Williams. I want to send him to the farthest planet that you can possibly go to with whatever technology we have. I'm done. I'm absolutely done with him. So, yes, Huáscar Brazoban gets the... Dummy. But you also got to put Carlos Mendoza in there as well. Dummy. They can be able to share it. I have one as well. And my dummy is the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams get my... Dummy. Now, listen, here's my thing. We talked about this already. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, you can tell when somebody is upset to the point where they don't even want to speak. I don't want to be attached to this thing, so I'm not going to say anything. That is what happens when you're upset or you don't want to be attached to something, right? Your friend comes in, you got a friend that gets in trouble, and now they looking to you for for confirmation, and you just kind of mute up and say, leave me out of this. Don't put me into your bullshit. Like, literally, drafting Ty Simpson, you can see the fire coming off of Sean McVay's head. Like, he was like, yo, dude, we're out here trying to win a Super Bowl, and this is what you get me? And then the GM or whoever the hell it was, he's over here explaining the shit, and Sean McVay is just sitting there like, nothing. Got no expression. He's not commenting on anything. And then he asks him, what did you say to Ty? He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep that to myself. Not gonna say anything to you. Why? Because he was probably cursing in his mind, like, what the fuck am I gonna say to this kid? I didn't want him. It's just, and then there was a video that popped up before, because like he was having an interview with a reporter, and the reporter asked him about Ty Simpson. And this is what Sean McVay said. He was like, look, I don't have any intel on him like that, really. You guys know a little bit more extensively about him than I do. But from the outside looking in, like his temperament, big game guy and went to a good school and all this other stuff. So he's literally just like talking about the surface level shit that you could be able to speak about a kid without necessarily burying him or saying anything negative. So you can clearly tell that there was no plan to draft this kid. Because if you had your eyes on Ty Simpson, there's going to be extensive scouting. You're gonna know exactly what you're looking for. You're gonna have a more of a book in regards to the scouting and the information that you have on him, not surface level. He seems like a nice kid. He had no idea this was happening. So it's like the Rams are telling you, yeah, we're gonna. Is this gonna be a J.J. McCarthy type of situation where you let the great player go for this bum ass kid? No, you gotta learn from your mistakes. You see what the hell happened to the Vikings. All right, Sam Darnold is now a Super Bowl champion. They could have had Sam Darnold in Minnesota right now. But you chose to go with J.J. McCarthy, and what happened to J.J.? He's now on the bench again for somebody else. Ty Simpson, if it's up to me, if I'm Sean McVay, he doesn't see the field until 4 years from now. And you would be lucky to see the field 4 years from now because I'm drafting another quarterback. I'm drafting another quarterback next year when the class is better. You kidding me? There's wide receivers out there you could have got me. The defensive ends, there's cornerbacks, offensive linemen. There's so many things you could have got me. You got me a quarterback in the weakest quarterback draft this year. What are we doing? So Rams, listen. Y'all are my West Coast team. Shape up, okay? Because when the Jets are not doing anything, I'll come to y'all. I come to y'all for solace and support. And I'm not trying to support no Ty Simpson because I didn't want him on the Jets, and I damn sure don't want him occupying space on the Rams. He ain't good. And I'm telling you, I know a quarterback when he's not good. And I'm telling you right now, he's not good. He's not. Not going to sugarcoat it. We talked about this last week where, some babies ain't cute, right? Some quarterbacks ain't good, no matter what school they go to. It's a fact. And Sean McVay knows this. Why? Because he knows football. And sometimes your view doesn't align with the idiots that are supposed to be the GM and the owner. So, I feel bad. I feel bad for Sean McVay because who knows what the hell Puka Nacua going to come back looking like after he has his his rehab stint. You know how some people they play better when they're they play better when they're under the influence, or maybe he's one of those guys. Yeah? Maybe he's one of those guys that needs to be under something to be as good as he is. He come back too clean, he's going to be a different guy. Instead of being Puka Nacua, he's going to be Hines Ward at 38. And who knows? Who knows? That's all I'm saying. So the Rams get my
Dummy. Yeah.
do better. The Jets didn't even draft Ty Simpson. They wouldn't do it. No other team would touch him, but you guys did. So I don't know what to tell you. That's all for the show. However, we do have our weekly segment that has turned into its own show. And that's this week's PSA. This week's PSA, we have some interesting information here. And I don't think this week's PSA is going to be as long. But it's still interesting. So let's see the first topic that we have here. Did you hear about Tucker Carlson walking it back and apologizing? Mm-hmm. I don't know. How do you feel about this, Alan Assassin, when you heard this?
It's just, I don't understand how people ever thought that it was going to be any different. It's just like, I think I told you, it was like, oh, they heard what you're saying, but they weren't listening to what you're saying. And it's just like, even common sense person can kind of read the room and understand like that this wasn't going to be any good coming from Trump winning that election. And all of these, there's been a few people now, Republican people that kind of backed him and kind of walking it back like, oh, he didn't tell me this and that.
Alex Jones, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, what's his name? Theo Von.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All these podcast bros, all of them.
Yeah. It's like clear as day. Like if you were, like I said, if you were listening, you heard all of he was saying and did your research like that. All he was selling you were lies. So all these political people that know everything allegedly got played by Trump. Like if you just watched his political career, he's just a liar. Yeah, so it's like
from day one.
Yeah.
From the day he came down that golden escalator, the man has been lying. If his mouth is moving, he's lying. Seriously. Yeah. So let's go. I would love to hear Mr. Tucker Carlson. Let me see what he says.
And I want to say I'm sorry. You and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say.
Absolute garbage. And the reason why I say it's absolute garbage is because the only reason why this is happening right now is because I said it last week. The sharks smell the blood in the water, right? You know that Trump right now has the lowest approval rating that a president has ever had at any point of their presidency. It's the lowest approval rating. I think it's like at 32% right now. They understand that the elections, all the special elections that have been happening, Democrats winning in very blood red states, right? Districts. The midterms that are coming up, it's going to be a bloodbath when it comes to the majority that the Democrats are going to have in the House. We're not saying that, there's a chance that they can be able to win the Senate as well, but there's a bigger chance that they know that Republicans know this already, that the House is already lost, right? So if they can be able to maintain Senate, but now you can be able to still maintain Senate control. But if you lose both, if you lose the entire thing, you lose Congress, then now you understand that not only is Trump a lame duck president, but now there's going to be like things that happen. There's going to be trials. There's going to be investigations. There's going to be people that get held to the fire, and there's going to be, probably some arrests that happen. Who knows what happens, right? But if the Democrats end up switching and getting into power and holding Congress, Trump is cooked. And they understand that. And that's why you're starting to see all this pivoting, right? Because it's about survival. The Trump train is starting to run dry, right? It's not cool right now to support Donald Trump. It was cool back then to be able to support Donald Trump so you can be able to grift and make money off of it. It ain't cool right now. Just like it wasn't cool when Tucker Carlson was with Fox when the insurrection happened, right? They have text message records of him bashing Trump, saying how much of an idiot he is, how much he hates the man. But it's all about the grift. You have to put on a facade on TV because that's what the station calls for. It's propaganda news. It's not real news. And now you have these podcast bros where the new media is now the media that gets to the masses. It's not the regular legacy media anymore. It's new media that is the one that gets people involved and gets people to mobilize to be able to vote one way or the other. And they knew exactly what the hell they were doing. Because again, there's money, there's grifting behind it. But there's no money like that anymore. So instead of them waving the MAGA flag, you got Marjorie Taylor Greens, you got the Tucker Carlsons, the Candace Owens's, the Alex Jones. Everything is now America first, America first, America first. But yet, these people are super radicals. Tucker Carlson is he's a racist, and he's also a what do you call it? Those people that don't like Jewish people. What is the term?
Xenophobic?
No, it's not xenophobic. It's
The other one?
anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic. What's the hell xenophobic? The other one.
Yeah, that's something. I don't know. But yeah, it's anti-Semitic. So he's that and all this other stuff. Like Tucker Carlson is a Christian nationalist. You know, they want a Bible-run government. That's what they want. They want to force their beliefs and ideologies on you. That's what they're trying to do. So I don't believe Tucker Carlson, just like I don't believe Marjorie Taylor Greene, just like I don't believe Candace Owens, just like I don't believe people who listen to Nick Fuentes. Like, all of these people are in the same boat. Alex Jones is a madman. Like, nobody who apologizes on that side, none of them, I believe, because they all are the reason why we have a Donald Trump in the second term. So I am not on the Tucker Carlson apology list. Miss me with that BS. Moving on to that, Kash Patel. I absolutely am. I just love Kash Patel because Kash Patel is he's just funny. Like, Kash Patel, The Atlantic put out a piece where they said that how drunk Kash Patel has been on the job, right? Like, there was an instance where they had the, FBI agents had to literally bang down his door with some, whatever it was, like a battering ram, because he wouldn't respond. So they had to go find out if he was dead. He wasn't dead. He was just passed out, drunk in his house. All he does is drink. Like, this whole cabinet, you got Pete Hegseth, who's the Secretary of War. He's a drunk, right? Then you got this idiot who his eyes are going one way. He got one eye going this way, the other eye going the other way, right? And drinks crazy, right? Just he's a drunk. He's literally a drunk. That's what all the reports are saying, right? To the point where he was so intoxicated, he came into work one day and couldn't log into his computer and lost his mind. Said, I got fired. And everybody's looking at him like, what's wrong with you? So then he starts going off. Oh, well, if he fired me, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spill the beans. Not realizing that there was just a glitch in the system in regards to the login. Like, this is an idiot. This is an FBI director that literally flew to the Olympics to go drink with the hockey team. On government dime, on our dime, he's going over doing this nonsense, right? So he's mad now. Went on, I think he was on Megyn Kelly's show or somebody else's show, talking about he gonna sue the Atlantic. So here it is. The Atlantic responds to Kash Patel's $250 million lawsuit. We stand by our reporting on Kash Patel, and we will vigorously defend the Atlantic and our journalists against this meritless lawsuit. So here's the thing about filing a lawsuit, is that you think that you're going to file the lawsuit, and just because of the number that you put there, it's going to scare people to, like, settle with you. No. Okay, cool, you want 250? Let's go ahead and let's go put the discovery out there. Let's go ahead and go get records. We want all of these things to be, and we can be able to show the courts exactly what we found in our investigation, because we got it from somewhere. And here's the thing. more people are starting to go to the Atlantic and give them more information. And give them more information on Cash Patel. So let's see here. This was the good thing here. Where I think he had lost his mind. Here, hold on. Here we go.
Anybody about whether you thought the simple answer to your question is you are lying, and every time you do so, I've answered your question. The problem with you and your baseless reporting is that is an absolute lie. It was never said, it never happened, and I will serve in this administration as long as the president and the attorney general want me to do so.
Yeah, no shit, as long as the president wants
Shout
you to
out to Adam
do so,
Mockler. This is Adam
Can I
Mockler,
please
yeah.
point out very quickly, Kash Patel's own defamation lawsuit that he just launched against The Atlantic specifically states itself in paragraph 23, quote, on April 10th of 2026, Director Patel had a routine technical problem logging in to a government system, which was then quickly fixed. Kash Patel then deflects that. He denies that in this very clip and says that this never even happened in the first place. But his lawsuit says the opposite, dude.
I was never locked out of my systems. Anybody who says it, anyone that says the opposite is lying. Thank you.
Yo, you cannot make this up of how incompetent this entire cabinet is. And it gets better, right? So you have the labor secretary, Lori Chavez. She got a last name I can't spell, but Lori Chavez, she allegedly had an affair with a security officer, and she got caught drinking on the job, right? She has ordered staffers to fabricate official work trips so she can visit friends. So she's literally lying about where she's going so she can be able to do what she wants, right? Pressured civil servants for grants for political future. So she's literally forcing people to give her money so she can be able to continue her political future. Absolutely diabolical. Husband is accused of sexual assault on 2 separate occasions by certain staffers that are there, right? One event was caught on camera. And she's retaliated against the women who have reported her husband's behavior. These are the type of people that are in this administration. Like, they keep talking about, oh, we got to protect the kids, we got to protect the women, we are God first, but yet they are the ones that do the worst stuff. It's amazing how this can continue. In any other, if this was 20 years ago, all of these people leave. All of these people, none of these people are even in this position 20 years ago. But the fact that we're in a new space where if you don't have some type of like perversion to you, you cannot be a part of the Trump administration. You can't be a regular person and be in that administration. There has to be something wrong with you. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Did you hear about the Indian man? I think he's a nurse or doctor or going to medical school or whatever it is. The man created an AI model that's a MAGA. It's so crazy. So he created this so he can be able to make some money while he's going through school, pay through school and all that stuff. So the report is that he made a model and he played around with different things. So he made a Democratic leaning model at first, no views, like no engagement at all. And then went to, I think it was a moderate thing, and then he no engagement. Switched the AI model to MAGA and started posting all types of racist stuff and all MAGA stuff. And that's when the views started piling up. 5 million views, 10 million views, 15 million views, and created an OnlyFans type of site for this AI generated model. And all of these old perverted men would sign up and give him thousands of dollars a month. It's fake. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the perversion that I'm talking about, is that these are sick people. They're all there's something wrong with them. Like anybody who is MAGA, you have brain cells that are not there. Like there's no way you can be an intelligent person and support them. It's just no way. I can't see how one correlates with the other.
Well, they're the ones that fell for the AI bot thinking because the Democrats like no views or whatever.
Yeah, the Democrats are too smart. That's AI. Yeah. That's a bot.
Yeah.
But these idiots, they have no idea. They just see a young girl. Oh, and here comes the perversion.
They're creepers.
Yeah. That's exactly that. They're all the same. If they're not if they're not going to Grindr and tearing down the site, right? Backing up the site, they're doing this. That's what there's so many AI like generated models out there, and most of the people that are like subscribed to them are these old white men. It's insane how sick these people are. Absolutely crazy. Moving on. Maybe I should do that and get some money out of these people. Howard Lutnick, he's I don't know what his official title is, but Howard Lutnick is an idiot. And he's like one of Trump's right-hand men. And he's in charge of the gold card, immigration thing, where it's like, you get the fast track of immigration. You got to pay $5 million. So he wants all of these rich oligarchs to come into the United States and be able to spend money. And Howard Lutnick say, oh yeah, 70,000 applications, man. We going through them. It's been a lot. No. He goes ahead and goes on he's on Capitol Hill now. And those 70,000 that he reported on a podcast or whatever, now it went to, no, he said something again and it went from 70,000 to 1,000. Then when he was on the Hill, he was like, how many actual, like, gold cards have you guys processed? Oh, he's like, well, we're going through a couple of the applications right now. He's like, but yeah, how many have you processed? One.
Nicki Minaj.
And it's probably, and it's her. There's rumor that it's just her.
Well, she publicly got it, so if there's only one, then
it's her.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's crazy.
These people are idiots. These people are morons. I can't keep saying it enough. I think if I say it enough, people will start to realize how bad it is. These people are stupid. They're stupid people. And they're in, like, this is gonna be a time where we're much older. I'm probably gonna be in a rocking chair, whatever it is, and people are gonna go back into history. There's gonna be a history book of this time, and they're gonna be like, there's no way that this really happened. Is this fiction? This is not real. You mean to tell me that you allowed a president to start a war and complain that the Strait of Hormuz is not open when it was open the whole time, and he caused it to close, and now he got mad that it's closed, so he's trying to force it to be open? You can't be serious that this happened. This is not real. You had all of these people that were in the administration that had nothing. They have no education, and there's no reason for them to be there. Like, that's a thing? I thought that everybody who was a government official needed to have some type of background. This is going to be the worst timeline ever in our historical history. This is a joke. It's a literal joke. And all I can do is just blame us as Americans. We're the ones that did this. We are so stupid as a collective that you went ahead and did this. You're so disenfranchised by all the other people that have come before you, all the lies that have been told to you. All these people are not doing anything for you. So you go ahead and you go elect the biggest idiot you've ever elected? Like, you go from Nobel Peace Prize Barack Obama to the dumbest president we've ever had. You go from having qualified people that are in the administration to some of the dumbest people we've ever had, to podcasters, to drunks, literally drunks. People that have, husbands that like to wear big breasts. Like this is insane. It's absolutely insane. These people are stupid.
Mm-hmm. It's from like the first initial like run presidency, like this 10-year like timeline in the textbooks is gonna be crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, like this whole decade is gonna be. I don't even know what it's gonna look like at the end of it.
The grift it's insane. It really is insane. It's a joke. So again, I always say that, we as a collective can be able to change this. We can be able to right the wrongs, and we can start with the midterms. Midterms is gonna be how we change the actual trajectory of this terrible timeline we've been in. So we'll see what happens there. Did you hear about Russell Brand?
Not recently, but I have in his past situations.
Yes, his past situation. So you're aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Brand was on Megyn Kelly's show, and he talked about, when I was 30, I had a relationship with a 16-year-old, but it was consensual, and she was legal in regards to the. And I understand the power dynamic of an older man and a younger woman. I'm just like, first off, not a woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 16-year-old kid.
It's a child, yeah.
It's a child. And what's crazy about that interview, and I wish I had the soundbite, is that he didn't call her a kid the first time, but then called her a kid later on in the interview. So again, these people telling themselves, you are attracted to children. You got caught, and now you want to. And the thing is, the fact that Megyn Kelly can be able to have somebody as reprehensible on her show as Russell Brand, why? Because they're all like this. This is what I keep telling you about these people, right? All of these right-wing Christian nationalists, these MAGA people, if they're not inbred, if they're not incels, they like to touch kids or they like to sexually abuse people. That's what they do, is that they're either doing it or they're complicit to it. Or they have fantasies of doing it, so they live vicariously through somebody else. These are weird people, and they're dangerous people. We see a lot more cases now of kids being, essayed and assaulted, harmed, all this other stuff. Like, you see videos of like people picking up kids on the street. Like, it's crazy what's happening. And you know why this is happening? Is because there are no ramifications. There's no consequence. People like Russell Brand can be able to go on a podcast and say this and still be able to walk out of there with nothing happening to him. And go right back to his podcast and be able to spread his BS. When you literally admitted that you like to touch kids. But because of whatever state you're in, whatever hillbilly state you're in, is going to allow the consent age to be 16, you think it's okay. That's sick.
Mm-hmm. It's like you have no like nearly double her age. Like, you have no business even like having a conversation with this girl
At all.
It's like what
do you have in common with a 16-year-old?
Yeah, you're 30 years old. Like you should be at that point like probably having a family, married. And I was like, why are you talking to a child that's in high school?
It's a loser.
It's just
That's why. Like most of these people are losers.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I remember going to high school, right? And you would always see like, the girl where she's in 9th, 10th grade, 11th grade, she would always have the older boyfriend, and they would hang out. They would be waiting for them outside of school. I'm like, you a grown-ass man. Like, you literally, you don't have nobody your age that you can rock with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to go talk to a 15-year-old?
Yeah. It is like, because being like, or like in middle school, like we would be hanging out, and like there was a bunch of high school, like older high school, 11, 12 grades, like as the girl, like, you don't understand because you're just naive and, you know, you just get infatuated with the situation.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh my God, this older guy likes me.
Yeah. But it's like, you don't understand at that age that obviously this is not okay. But like, you'd expect the adult or nearly an adult person to kind of be like, this is not okay. But they're the one instigating it mostly.
Right.
And, you know, so it's just like, even being in like that situation, it's just like, if I don't know if I can go back, obviously, like, be like, no, like, this is not a good idea. But like, clearly, you have to just teach your boys, like, kind of better, I guess, like, in society, that not to be preying on these young girls, and, you know, vice versa too. Like, I know, like, now it's coming out a lot with the female teachers preying on the boys. Like, that's kind of been coming more into light as of recent.
It's rampant.
Yeah, like, it goes both ways, like, that these people are just creeping on children.
Yeah.
And it just has to stop, because, like, you gotta protect.
Yeah,
man.
the pedophilia, it's getting crazy. It's getting absolutely crazy. Like, what? Yeah. That story that you was telling me about, the artist David. So he's officially arrested, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he pled guilty, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna fly once the actual sentencing happens.
So he did plead guilty.
No, he pled not guilty. Sorry.
Oh, he pled not guilty.
Yeah, not guilty. But there's like more videos coming out with them together, like on a live stream, and she says something. I can't believe that, but I think she said, like, you like to R-word minors. And then she, like, laughs, and then he ends the stream.
Wow.
And because like I said, like, they've been seen publicly and out, like, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And, just a lot more stuff's come out that allegedly, because Coachella is in April, he performed last year at Coachella, so people are trying to put the timeline together, like, literally, like, a day before, like, he just killed a girl, allegedly.
Wow.
And he's just out here performing at Coachella like nothing even happened.
But here's my question, too, Silent Assassin. Mm-hmm. This was a young girl, like, because at the time, she was, what, 13?
Yeah, 13,
Where
14.
are the parents?
Yeah, that's what we discussed last week. I think she was just kind of being that young girl, kind of infatuated with the situation. Like, with celebrity, I'm not going to listen to my parents, kind of, because I'm pretty sure, like, from what I've understood, like, her parents were very concerned, like, always had her, she was, like, missing person, like, multiple times by her mom and whatnot, and she was just kind of living this life of being probably controlled by this guy, and you listen to me, and, you know, if you want to live this life, then, you know, this is what happens. But there's been allegations behind a motive is that she or potentially, like, they didn't say who it was, but there was something put out there that he was going to probably get in trouble for having a relationship with a minor. So I don't know if it was her or maybe her mom kind of put that out.
Exactly. Or maybe, you know, I obviously I haven't heard this, but I'm speculating at this point. Mm-hmm. She could have been pregnant. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you know, once that happens, that there's a panic that sets in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is... that's just for me. It's just like, okay, cool. The girl tends to run away from home and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, she does not have. She's still your kid. She's not. What's the word that they use? Emancipated. She's not emancipated where she's her own person. Mm-hmm. That's your kid.
Yeah.
If you know exactly where your kid is and where she's hanging out with and who she's hanging out with and the age of this particular person, you go directly to the authorities and make sure that you file a missing persons and do what you have to do. And if you're the father, you make sure that that dude knows exactly your intentions. If I see you with my daughter again, it's going to be a physical problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just step up. Yeah.
I don't care if you got security with you. I'm gonna put hands on him too. Mm-hmm. There's just no. I just don't understand how you as a parent, you don't protect your kid. Mm-hmm. This is a child. Mm-hmm. that is, hormones are going crazy. She doesn't really understand what she's doing. You have to be the person to be able to be the buffer and the moral person to be able to get this thing back on the tracks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're not allowing a 13-year-old to be able to make decisions for herself. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. It's like, so, I don't know, maybe that was the situation possibly, and then he kind of was like, this, I'm going to take it in my own hands. And did that, like I said, it's an alleged motive that there was something put out there that his career was probably going to end over it. But, it's just, she was, like, her body was tampered with, like, mutilated. Damn. Like, she had a tattoo of his name on her finger, and that was cut off. And I think another finger, and just, he obviously, I think it was 2 stab wounds that were the
cause of death.
Cause of death, yeah. And then he did like tamper with the body afterward and cut.
So that's motive, and there's intention there. So that's first degree.
Yeah.
Literally. That is, man. That is. We're definitely gonna see how this unfolds and stuff like that. But it's just it's unfortunate, man. Mm-hmm. It's really unfortunate that a young girl had to lose her life, and there was no parental intervention here that could have been able to stop this. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where my concern is, and this just needs to be, something that people really pay attention to. Last thing before we get out of here, the ceasefire. So Trump extends the ceasefire because he's just like, oh, well, they had a deadline, and you got to make sure the deadline. But the deadline passed, and he goes ahead and extends it again. Why? Because you got no choice, bro. Iran, the fact that we have to now side with Iran in regards to who's telling the truth, it's insane. Trump literally posted that he stopped Iran from executing 8 women. What ended up happening is that these were AI generated people, fake silent assassin. I can't understand how there's 32% of people that still support this man. You're in a cult. Like, there's no way around it that these people, no matter what he does, you're going to support him. You are in a cult. Because I am not loyal to any one person. I go ahead and criticize Democrats all the time. I talk about Cory Booker, how much money he takes from AIPAC. I talk about Hakeem Jeffries, how much money he takes from AIPAC. Chuck Schumer. The list goes on of people that I am not a fan of in the Democratic Party. I talk about how the Democratic Party has a messaging problem. I talk about how there's a literal civil war happening within the party. That there's a lot of things that I do not like that's going on. But if you support this man, after everything that you see that he does, you're an idiot. He's a lying buffoon. That's all he is. And the fact that there's a ceasefire now that is extended, and they're trying to get talks, and he's trying to send J.D. Vance out there and Jared Kushner, and they're probably like, yo, don't send this dude to me. I don't want to speak to Jared Kushner. I don't want to speak to J.D. Vance. I don't want to speak to anybody that wears mascara on their eyes as a man. Like, just think about it. They talk about this whole machismo, macho man thing, or we got a Department of War, we got to be tough, right? But yet your president wears makeup. Mm-hmm. Your vice president wears makeup. Mm-hmm. You have people that wear boobs, right? Yeah. You have people that are closet gays that don't want to come out. So again, I'm asking, if you guys are trying to portray all of this masculinity, where is it? Where is it? Your president wears makeup, and this is the wrong makeup. Nobody has that type of complexion. You just chose orange? Sir, like your skin is, I want orange. Give me that. Nobody's looked orange, so I'll take that.
I love like because like his hair is like thinning out, so like you see like his actual like skin color, and
yes,
you see like the transition is crazy.
It's insane. He looks sick. And then the fact that the Fox News came out with the actual the approval rating, he lost his mind. According to the reports, he threw a fit. Because, you know, he's very big on TV and Fox. And if Fox is reporting it, you already know it's bad, right? Because they tend to kind of hide shit. They reported it, and he wants to fire everybody now. He wants to fire everybody to kind of try to save face. Oh, no, the horse has already left the barn. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, we'll see what happens in regards to Iran. I don't believe that there's going to be the ceasefire is going to last any longer than what it is right now. They'll probably go back to bombing, and that's a concern for me because I'm concerned about the Iranians. I'm concerned about us here. I'm concerned about the soldiers. I'm concerned about everybody that's involved because I think there was the Secretary of the Marines literally got fired by Hexa because he would not follow through with punishing what's his name, Senator Kelly, for what he said about, you know, disobeying an illegal order. So he wants somebody to continue to try to like punish Senator Kelly, and the guy was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that, bro. He has the right to say what he wants to say. He didn't say anything wrong. It's free speech. Like, I'm not gonna. No, nah, I'm gonna fire you." That's what we're. So you're firing the one of their key guys while you're at war. This is a joke. It's an absolute joke. So that's all I'm gonna say is that this week has been pretty interesting. You know, these Republicans continue to show their ass in regards to how perverted and how sick and how much they love to touch kids, touch themselves, and touch staffers. That's what they do. If they don't do that, then they don't feel normal because that's what's normal to them. The fact that they're still protecting all of the names that are in the Epstein files, it shows you exactly what type of people they are, what type of party this is, what it has turned out to be, and at some point there needs to be a cleaning and a reset of the Republican Party because they have gone so deep into the weeds that there's no coming back from it. You literally have to burn it all down. You have to burn it all down and start from scratch. And if I was anybody, if whatever person that's following Donald Trump into the Oval Office, I'm gonna say whatever chair is here, I want it burned. I want it burned. I want all of this stuff fumigated because I am not sitting on the chair for a guy that has diapers. That literally, I'm not doing it. Like I need to make sure that this is fumigated, burned, and I need a new one. I need new everything because anything that he touched or sat on needs to go. Because I do not want fecal matter on myself where now I can possibly get sick. I don't want that. That's all for this week's PSA. Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next week because I'm sure there's going to be something that happens because Kash Patel is an idiot, and we'll see how long that this lawsuit is going to last with the Atlantic. I can guarantee that he's going to drop it. I can guarantee it. He's going to drop this lawsuit because it doesn't bode well for him. If all of this stuff gets reported and it's now out in the zeitgeist and everybody knows what's happening, he's going to get fired. And he knows it. So, you know. Any final words?
I don't know, my own conspiracy theory is just like, you just can't make this up. So I just feel like we're just getting trolled at some point in life. It's just like just so out there.
Yeah.
That's like this is not real life. So
yeah.
It's like like there at some point like it's just like to the point where everything just literally doesn't make any sense. It's like there has to be some.
There gotta be. We must have dropped into some different timeline. I talk about it all the time. Like or they're just trying to like keep us distracted because there's some big ass spaceship that's coming.
There has to be.
There gotta be something.
This like is literally unexplainable.
Yeah.
So
nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
And then they tell you things. They tell you, like, listen, whatever your eyes are seeing, not true. All right? Don't believe what you see. Just believe what I'm telling you. Okay? It doesn't matter if there's there's red behind me. I'm going to tell you that it's blue. Don't worry about it. It's insane. Yeah. They literally came out and said that the movie that I watched as a kid with Sinbad was Shazam.
Oh, yeah.
Never existed.
Yeah, the Mandela effect, yeah.
I watched it. I watched it on HBO many times.
Yeah, what was it? They said like it was actually called...
something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm over it. Until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.